want to see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
Γράφουμε, είσαι έτοιμος? Welcome to the morning show. Today we do morning show live from Thessaloniki, Greece's #2 city. No, I'm just fucking around. I don't know where that came from. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show on this disgustingly wet and blech day. Poseidon, is everything okay?
I gotta fix the middle camera.
Oh, we have a technical issue,
Just
but
keep going,
Poseidon,
don't worry
our
about it.
producer, is on top of it. Since I'm talking about him, you can follow Poseidon at @Poseidon69 on all the social medias except for Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn. Poseidon on LinkedIn.
Are you insane, bro? What do you think? I'm some kind of weirdo?
Oh man, I haven't made myself by accident in a while. The Poseidon69. He's on all the social medias. He's even on Twitch doing like weird shit with kids. The man from Bassard, the podcaster himself, the numero uno papi. One of three on the Just Us Dads podcast, where he gets together with his buddies and they talk about what it's like to be dads and how they wish they had spent that 48 cents on a prophylactic. But now it's too late. We cannot live in the past. So tune into his podcast to hear about his existential dread. He also has the Backstage podcast, which do you still have it right now? What's happening with that?
Yeah, it's going. There's a new episode coming today, actually.
Wow, sell me on it. You're so excited.
Yeah. It's
Whoa.
yeah.
Fucking serialized content
It's
from George.
the Backstage podcast. Another episode is coming out, you said?
Today at noon. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Ingrid Ravery. She was the director of Justin Trudeau's writing office from the very beginning, since the day he got elected.
Lost interest so fast.
So that would
But she's
be
a cool girl, though.
Yeah?
So there could be like a lot of... She could explain why he's this numeric.
I don't know. She wouldn't go into that.
Oh.
Okay.
George asking the easy questions all the time.
We went into a bunch of other stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got into it with her in the basement. You gotta start calling it the basement podcast, the Backstage Basement Podcast with George Chadrizos, and like the icon is you with a finger dripping with honey. That's right. Anyways, speaking of podcasts, Fill My Hole is back. And quite a doozy of an episode this week that just launched
saw it,
yesterday.
man. That's
hey,
crazy.
don't spoil it.
Crazy story.
I will say this and this only. I finally filled a hole.
You
I'm
finally did it!
I'm Batman.
You popped your cherry!
You fuck. No, I caught a burglar. If you guys want to hear the story, go check it out. Balabanos.com or just search Fill My Hole with a PH. And I mean, I'm pretty excited about this week's episode. It was exciting. I still have the adrenaline rush. Like
It's a crazy story, yeah. Fucking,
look, George. Whoa. I don't like the word hero. Okay, I was just doing my citizen duty. But it was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool. I also got to experience the inner workings of the SPVM.
Horrible, isn't it?
No workings, zero workings.
Zero, nothing.
Also, the first cop who showed up turned out to be a cousin I've never met.
Oh.
Always fun to meet a family member you never knew about.
Greek thing.
He walked in, I'm like, okay, he's Greek. And then my dad showed up. He's like, I think I know you. And then my grandmother walks in. She goes, I am your aunt. I was like, what the fuck is
Isn't
happening?
it crazy? It's that it's the grandmothers that know everyone.
Well, look, my grandparents come from a very, very small village, and there's not a lot of people from that village in Canada. They're all in Boston. So there's only like 15 of us. So
Boston?
the odds of meeting one person here from there are astronomically small. Except it happens more often than I'd expect. Like it happened to me in Toronto once. I met like a third cousin.
God damn.
Yeah. Anyways.
Crazy story though. You guys should go watch it definitely.
Yeah,
It's
it was
interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I wonder where she's at now. Anyways, I don't want to spoil anything. I want to talk about it still. 'Cause I'm still like hyped, like pumped about it,
Yeah.
but I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
Well, not really, because like the whole episode is that. I'd rather people watch it beginning to
Oh
end. 'Cause
yeah,
it's
go
like,
ahead. So guys, go. You want?
spun
you
a
wanna
yarn,
find out about-
Poseidon.
So what happened? You caught El Thifo.
I caught El Thifo.
You caught El Thifo. Y'all motherfuckers want more information about how he caught El Thifo? Go watch Film My Hole.
Your stuff, you're not getting it back, I'm assuming?
This part's not in the episode, so I don't mind talking about
Yeah.
it. The cops told me basically it seems like this is a serial occurrence. Like it wasn't a one-off. So they're trying to build a case so they can get a warrant and go see what other ill-begotten gains this person may have in their home. They have pictures of our stuff. It's just 2 pairs of Anna's shoes. It's just a shame because she loved those 2. Those are like, you know how you have a bunch of shoes, but you only wear like 1 pair?
Yeah.
Like that's what it was for Anna. It was like an everyday pair and her work pair.
But she doesn't look like, and I could be wrong here, because she could be working with someone else, which would surprise me.
No, that's not what was
Yeah,
happening.
it seems like
This
she
was
has some mental issue,
This was
whatever.
a person with a mental issue
So
of
I
some
don't
kind.
think she got them in order to sell them or make money
I hit
off
all the
them.
pawn
Some
shops in the days between the first attempt, the robbery and the second attempted robbery. That's
Yeah.
right, it happened twice. I checked all the pawn shops. Like I called around and I checked Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji.
Yeah, it's probably in
does
her
not
house.
seem like the type of person who knows how to use Kijiji.
Yeah,
to be
exactly.
honest,
Yeah.
I worked at the CLSC for a long time. You meet people sometimes, and the lights are on. But there's nobody home.
I worked. I understand that there's a lot of people with mental issues. I worked at the Alexis Neon Mall for the longest time.
I mean, those. Okay, that's not
a lot of
you
special-
cannot say that. That's not okay.
What do you mean?
You should not speak that way of the native indigenous people.
I'm not just the natives, bro.
No, it's not the native.
Alexis
but-
Neon is only drunk
No,
Inuits.
no.
No, there's a lot of special people there.
Alexis
I know. I used to work
Neon-
at the CLSC there, right?
Well, Alexis Neon. I don't know if it still is. It probably still is. A cesspool.
It's not actually. I was there a few weeks ago because we bought.
well,
There's a pet store in there. We bought my daughter's fish from there, so I go back to like get filters and stuff. It's cleaned up a lot actually.
well,
You know what it is? Downtown, east of like Montaigne, has started to really get. They're developing it. I mean, they're destroying it by creating nothing but fucking pedestrian walkways.
Yeah.
But it looks nice. I also saw that they're gonna build. We'll talk about that actually. We'll do that as a news story. I'll get to
from
it.
2012 to 2015, shit show.
Agreed. So west of Montaigne. I hate saying mountain. My dad's like, oh, on Mountain Street. I'm like, what the fuck
I
is
found
mountain?
out
de
why
la
they call
montagne.
it de la montagne.
Because it goes up to the mountain?
Well, when you stand at the balcony on the mountain, you see the whole street clearly.
Anyways, I'm just going to
It's
pretend.
the street of the mountain.
There you go, guys. Now you know why.
What
it's
about
called-
Delepi?
It's of the sword.
Oh, I wasn't sure if he knew that. Okay. So,
It's
but
where
once you come
people-
to the other side and you start heading towards Westmount, until you get to Westmount, so between like not Green. What's the street right after Atwater? It's Green, isn't it? Anyways, the one between Green and Atwater, all the way to Montaigne, it's fucking
Prince Albert or something.
Yeah,
It's called something like that.
it's disgusting. Downtown is just falling apart.
Really?
Like where the Forum is, and
But what's the
around
what
Guy.
street? You're on St.
I'm on
Catherine now.
I'm talking about
Okay.
St. Catherine.
Yeah.
Like I consider that part to be the stretch
Yeah,
of downtown,
right.
right? But they
Oh,
haven't
I
developed
think-
it at all, except for some condos and an Adonis.
No, there's nothing. I think once you go past even Guy, I would say. Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about. But even after Guy, like Concordia, right around Concordia, it's fine. And then you have Crescent and stuff. But on St. Catherine, it's a mess there.
Are you going west or east now?
I'm coming back westward from Montaigne.
Oh, okay.
Right?
okay.
Once you cross Guy, you're in no man's
Yeah,
land.
yeah, exactly. Okay,
It's
okay.
you and 5,000 angry Habibis. That's it.
What?
It's just literally.
But then
I disappear there. I'm
but
like,
there's
it's
a
just,
nice,
Salam.
it's just
I'm
one
just
little
walking
section.
around.
It's just one little section because then after,
but it used to be the
after
most important section of downtown because that's where the Forum was, right? In like the 80s and 90s.
Right, right.
And then my grandfather had a parking lot there. Like, I remember it. It was like fucking hustle and bustle and there was stuff. And now it's just.
No, but
gross.
after a while, I think. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Hustly bustly.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
I
is
can
good
remember the
coffee.
street.
Bro, why whenever you get coffee, bro?
Because he gets it from Brassard. So there's hard bros who work in the Tims and they dip their dicks in it. Dippy dip dip.
You got
That's
that.
what it is.
They call it the 4-5 hizzy.
I put it right before I come in.
Oh, it's George.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's all over his chin.
Oh, no.
Oh, what a weird morning show.
But no, you're right. After a while, when
just
you
falls
get,
apart.
But when you get into Westmount, it becomes like a whole other planet, and it becomes nice again.
A lot of people don't like Westmount. That
I
part
love
of
that
downtown.
part of
I think
that.
it's really
Well,
cute.
it's not
an
downtown.
interesting.
You're not
It's
downtown.
got like an upper west side vibe, right?
Yeah.
Like New York. You see all the soccer moms, like they don't have
Yeah,
jobs.
the nice, the old buildings
The
that are
old
well
buildings.
maintained.
Everyone's walking around with a latte, a matcha latte.
Yeah.
They got like a yoga mat on them. You're like, this this is some bougie shit right here. That's what it is. But it's nice. It's clean. It's nice.
The cleanest it's ever been that I saw it was when Pokemon Go came out.
Let him elaborate. Don't laugh yet.
Okay.
What are you? Where are you talking about? And what are you
I'm
fucking
talking
saying?
about especially that area with the park where it was just crackheads.
Which park? Alexis Neon around there.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, on St. Catherine Street.
Okay.
As soon as you step out from Alexis Neon, or no, the Forum, there's a park across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that park.
With that weird little house in the middle.
Yeah.
I know
Well, it's a
what you're
metro.
Not the metro.
It's
that
a metro
little hut
entrance.
where it becomes like a gelato place in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It used to.
I can't remember the name of that
It doesn't
park.
become a gelato place anymore.
No,
because
now
of,
it's just a fucking toilet for
now it's just
drunk
a-
Inuits.
there you go.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote in the chat, Jess goes, probably the garbage Tim on Rome. Anyways, because in bed with Poseidon, I said garbage.
Yeah. We don't
Anyways.
need your inside jokes to be explained to us.
But fuck, what was I saying? Oh, that's the cleanest I've ever seen that area. Is during Pokemon Go. It's because people were walking around trying to catch Pokemon,
Yeah, and they kept fucking catching AIDS.
and there was a lot of the Pokemon were concentrated there.
I
bro.
remember that actually, but
So
I wasn't
there
out
was a
hunting
shit ton
the
of people. So I guess developers and businesses were like, "Oh, look, it's a people." So the place started cleaning
Not a
up.
lot of Italians in the neighborhood. Oh, non mi piace.
Out of Super Mario game.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Got out of the game.
Here we go.
well, no, because everything's run by the mob, right? So
It's not the Italian mob.
yeah, it is.
It's mostly the house.
Did you guys get into that, the Pokemon thing?
100%. Yeah,
I
was
played it
into
a bit.
hard, bro.
I mean, I remember when Anna was giving birth, I was catching Pokemon in the.
Bro, I remember when we used to drive downtown. When we used to drive downtown, bro, with Pantelis so he could do shows. Bro, as he's driving, I'm playing Pokemon Go. It's like, what are you doing, bro? You're a grown ass man.
I played a little bit, but I didn't get into it. Like,
Same here. I did it
not a
mostly
Japanese
because mostly I was doing it because I was listening to a lot of these online guys and
online guys.
all these influencer bullshit like Gary Vaynerchuk and all these things, and I just made the connection. You know how we're talking about metaverse now and all that stuff, and back then they
It
were
was one of
saying
the first AR games.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they were saying this is amazing because
No, it wasn't one of the first. It was one of the first big ones because
Yeah.
there had been other ones on the iPhones. But until they had, what was it, the iPhone? I think it was the iPhone 11 or 10, where the AR kit was built into the phone. Before then, they all sucked.
I don't know.
Like, there was not
I
good
never
tracking.
got into any of those, but I remember specifically that game. They were
So
saying,
you're-
it's cool because eventually, and this is what they were projecting. Obviously, they're saying this game because it's Pokemon, it's so big, and it's augmented reality. Eventually, you'll have companies advertising on the game. You know what I mean? Like as you're searching for the Pokemon or whatever, you're seeing ads on the whatever in that whatever world.
It's augmented reality, 100%.
And that's what kind of intrigued me. And I was like, what are they talking about? And I'm like, let me just go. And that's how I started. I played it for about a week. And I'm like,
So
fuck
I
this shit.
had this, I forget what it was called. It was a constellation app.
Is it still going on? Is it,
I
it
think
still
so. I
exists?
get emails sometimes from back then.
Oh no,
that
it's
I
still
had
happening.
subscribed.
But
Yeah.
I stopped
playing.
I stopped playing a long time
I'm
ago.
playing like 5 hours after
I never understood what Pokemon was, to be honest with you. So whatever.
It's a whole. We're not gonna get into Pokemon.
Take slavery. Now apply it to cute animals.
He's not wrong.
Okay.
And then you make them fight.
Yeah.
And you have some house Pokemon. You have a field Pokemon.
Yeah, so combine slavery, capturing cute animals, and dog fights.
Cockfights. Let's go with cockfights.
Okay, cockfights. whatever.
Cockfights, yeah. Like sword fights.
No, not like that.
What were you saying?
I had this app. It was a constellation app where you could basically point your phone.
Oh,
at
I
the
had that
sky
too, yeah.
And it would show you where
That
things
was cool.
are. But that was AR also, right?
Yeah.
It was using geolocation and a bunch of stuff. But I read yesterday, I think, or the day before yesterday, that Apple has announced the pre-release, the pre-launch date announcement for Apple Glass. So it's happening. Apple never does anything first, right? That's not their thing.
What's Apple Glass?
Apple Glass
They
is...
do it just right when the time is.
They do
right.
it when it's right and they have the right tech and they can brand it so that it can become mass adopted. That's why I know VR will only become a real, Meta. People hate Facebook. Like as a company, as an entity.
Yeah.
Zuckerberg is one of the most hated people in the world, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
I mean, anyone under 40 hates Facebook as an experience.
Okay, I didn't know that.
There you go.
All right.
I hate it.
Yeah, so
I used to like it.
once upon a time it was fun. I
Well,
still
yeah.
use it for Facebook Marketplace to sell stuff.
All I use,
But it's
that,
a shit show Facebook right now.
Yeah, I use it for that and Messenger.
I don't use Messenger really. If people message me on Messenger, I just ignore them. Like I don't even check it. But Meta has bought up so many other important properties that they're still relevant. So like WhatsApp and Instagram and what's the VR thing? Oculus. They bought Oculus, right?
Yeah.
So they're not the ones who are going to take this mainstream. If Apple can figure out a lightweight, non-intrusive way to interact with a digital world,
That doesn't want to make you want to barf after 30 minutes?
then they're the ones who are going to do it. So I saw the Apple Glass, excuse me, the prototypes that they're saying. I don't know how close they are to what's real, but let's see. Apple Glass is the knockoff of Google Glass. Yeah, it didn't work because Google's not good at this kind of stuff. Apple makes hardware. That's what Apple does. It markets hardware.
Yo,
Apple Glass
these are dope,
is
though.
going to be the game changer that's going to actually unlock augmented reality for the everyday user.
Right.
It won't be the be-all, end-all, but it'll be that first big step. It wasn't Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, Apple makes fucking good hardware.
Google
they
never
market
went
it.
anywhere.
Well,
I
like
remember.
smartwatches.
I remember
Google
the
Glass
whole
was 10
thing
years
about it.
was 10 years too early, and it looks stupid as shit.
Yeah.
So like Ray-Ban right now, they have the
Oh,
creator
I saw that.
glasses.
I saw that. Yeah, yeah.
You can't really interact, but you can post from them.
Oh,
and
okay.
capture. I tried them on. They're heavy and annoying, and they get hot from the battery.
Ah, yes.
I wouldn't wear them.
Well,
like,
like-
I don't see why I would need that. I'm not a spy or a blues brother.
Smartwatches didn't become a thing until
Apple. The Apple Watch.
Yeah.
I stopped wearing my Apple Watch. I feel like it's a nocebo. It just makes me awkwardly obsessed with my like heart rate and stuff. I went back to old school Casio. I don't know what camera I'm
Yeah,
on.
my watches stopped working. I need to change the battery, but I still wear them like a bracelet.
That's one of the least heterosexual things I've ever heard you say out loud. Like the least heterosexual utterance. I still wear it like a bracelet. And I have one with my friend and they're friendship bracelets. He's my best friend.
Bling bling. Oh goodness.
Yeah, so Apple Glass. It's actually I'm not excited to buy them because I don't care, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna come out with. Like it's interesting. I want to go back to what we were talking about before, though. Before you jump into this, whatever crazy thought, I see it in your eyes, just twitching. You're gonna sound crazy. Montreal, the whole downtown thing. So Montreal has spent millions of dollars now, or they're about to.
Oh, are you saying a story that I want
They
to
brought
talk
in
about?
Ivanhoe, the engineering firm there, the architectural firm, and they're you know how Chicago has
Ooh,
the beam.
Ivanhoe Cambridge.
Yeah.
That's not an engineering firm.
What are they?
That's,
Architectural firm, no?
No, Ivanhoe Cambridge is part of the Caisse de Dépôt, and they manage all properties. So they have billions of
Well,
dollars.
they're the ones who provided the renderings of what we're gonna have, because you know some people have, like New York has a Statue of Liberty, right?
Yeah.
Chicago
Oh
has
my
the
God,
bean.
are you going there? I hope
I'm
you're
going there.
Yeah,
Chicago has the bean. What other cities have something that's impressive, like an art installation? You know, Barcelona has all the Gaudí stuff, right? They have Parque Güell and the Casa Bayol and all those funny Catalan things.
We have the Olympic Stadium.
We have a gaping hole, okay, in the soul of this city, and now we're going to represent it by building a giant gaping hole. One of the nicest views in the city is when you look up McGill College. Is that what it's called, that street? And it comes down from Place Ville-Marie, and then I mispronounced that for some reason, Place Ville-Marie, and it goes up, and you see the mountain and the part of the university.
Basically-
now we're going to put a
basically,
big fucking ring there.
Basically, it's the terrace.
Pull
It's
it up
the-
so people can see it.
It's the terrace there, right
From
next to the
Place Ville-Marie,
Place Ville-Marie, which is a beautiful little place there.
Ooh, we're going to have a Stargate. I like what Joker's saying. Now I'm all for it.
It's gonna cost.
Maybe.
It's gonna cost $5 million. It's a huge ring. We're talking about 30 meters in diameter.
I can't wait till it falls.
I don't
Fucking
think,
kills
I don't
people.
think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna fall.
Question,
But
what's the point of this?
It is an art installation. There's so many artists in the city, but the best we could come up with is a big old ring.
Bro, they're wasting
Do you-
so
you-
much money
you
for
have it?
nothing.
I mean, look, $5 million.
for nothing, bro. Fix the roads, bro. The roads.
I don't think $5 million can do much difference in road infrastructure. To be honest with you,
This is $5 million. The lights on the bridge was $30 million. The fucking
Look, I've said this
the
before.
fucking ring around the rosy, but you know vertically. What's it called, bro? The fucking Ferris wheel.
The ring around the rosy vertical. Oh my goodness! What? What just happened?
Okay. No, what I was gonna say is the ring is dumb as shit.
Guys, I don't think it looks that bad. I don't.
It's not a question of it looking
Yeah.
bad. It's just random.
Yeah, but I mean that's the cool thing about it. Like when you least expect, like, oh, cool, a giant circle.
But what's the point?
The point is that you're adding
do
little
like- no,
things
but I have
to
to say-
beautify the city. I mean,
Fuck that
it's-
shit. How about we add some things to beautify the city, like helping the homeless people not piss on the floor?
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
that might
but
help.
we're talking about
Hey,
two
you know
different
what?
things here.
You know what? There's at least there's gonna be at least 8 homeless people taking a shit around that. But you know what? At least
No, there's not a lot of homeless people around there. They get beaten up.
Yeah.
No, but I do like the Stargate thing. As soon as it gets installed, I'm gonna go film it and do some tracking, so it looks like a fucking wormhole's coming out of it.
That's cool.
Maybe it's
All right, I'm all for it for content, for the sake of content.
Where are they installing it?
Place Ville-Marie, you know that little above the parking structure?
Yeah.
There's like a landing area, like a big terrace
What
kind
kind
of.
of buildings are there? Like shopping malls and shit.
No, it's so you know when you're walking, you know where the Gap is on St. Catherine?
Yeah.
You know that street, right? Has the median in the middle. It goes up towards the mountain, and it also ends right at the parking lot right there. There's like a Java U on the corner. There used to be.
Yeah.
Right there, right on top of it. So you'd be looking through it from the Sherbrooke side. Because it's higher, right?
Wait, you're talking about that circle?
Yeah. That's where it is.
No, I thought it was in like on René Lévesque when you pass the Ville-Marie and there's like this huge terrace area right
that's not
between
where it
that
is.
and where the keg is.
You know where the...
I think that's where it's gonna go.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the opposite side of it.
From behind. That's a cat cart, whatever it's called.
It's McGill College. Or
Yeah.
McGill. It's
Yeah,
McGill.
yeah. Well, that's the cross
Because
street coming
McGill
down.
ends at the terrace.
Yeah.
Because the parking
Yeah.
structure's there.
Okay.
But you would be like when you're up there, you wouldn't be looking through the ring towards René Lévesque at
Question
the
is-
Fairmount.
Oh,
You'd be
that's-
looking the other way.
Since this is an
okay.
art piece, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
What would this art represent?
I think it represents... This is me. I was thinking about it yesterday. As an artist, right?
Yeah.
When I look at it, I see a hole in the city's soul. It also is like an analogy or a metaphor. A metaphor is a better word. It's a metaphor for the gape they've left us in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
They're like, we've opened you up, and now
And now we're
everyone
bragging about
and
it.
now we're bragging about it. We're like, look at that.
Yeah. We even put it up physically for you to see.
Yeah, just to remind you that we
felt it.
fucking rape you every day.
Yeah, you felt it.
But now here's a
you-
visual cue.
Now you can
Yeah,
see
so every time you walk by it, your asshole will quiver
Yeah,
a bit.
Yes.
look, this is built by the same company that that did the installation art. You know all the light bulbs there in the gay village. Is it on St.
Talking
Catherine?
about the lanterns that hang.
Is it
like
lanterns
that
or little
pink-
balls, little light bulbs? It's like a whole thing. You pass
I
under it,
don't
and
go
it's
that
like
way often.
By the way, they
French.
were freaking out in the chat over what I
Why?
said. The ring around the rosy but vertical.
so stupid, so stupid. Yeah, it's like all these light bulbs that are kind of over St. I think it's on St. Catherine. When you go east, and there's like a. Anyways, it's them. Let me see if they explain.
I like the Ferris wheel, by the way. I think it's a cool thing.
I
that
think.
they built.
Look, guys.
Look,
I know it costs money, and I've said this before.
Tourists love it, so I'm okay with that one.
But even
if it
the,
makes
like,
the city money, but
It does. You know how much it costs to fucking take a ride in there? It's like $150 to go up.
no man,
no.
no,
For a family?
we've been on there.
How much?
I can't remember,
It's,
but it was
It's like $40 a person.
Yeah, it's 40
Really?
bucks a
Yeah.
person.
I don't remember.
Your
Yeah,
wife
it's
pays
40
for everything, huh?
No,
Fucking guy.
she pays without me knowing.
Nah,
so
but
I-
George has got the money.
Not if she's the one spending it.
George has got the money, bro. This guy, bro, $40 a person. She doesn't realize it, bro. This guy, bro, this guy wipes his ass.
How much?
with money,
$40
bro, with dollar bills. 40.
$60 cas.
Yeah, the Ferris wheel is nice. I even told you, and you guys fucking almost attacked me about lighting the bridge. And I know it's expensive, $40 million.
No one's against lighting the bridge. We're against overpaying to light the bridge.
Is it? I don't know what these
George,
things go for, but I just think
No, you do because we discussed it then. The San Francisco...
Say that again. Yeah.
The Bay Bridge, not the San Francisco, not the Golden Gate Bridge. The Bay Bridge
that's a double one.
is 5 times the length of the Jacques Cartier, and it costs 1/3 of the price to light the exact same way.
Is it the same?
Yeah,
way?
we
The
had
same
looked
thing?
then. I had found the numbers. Like,
Okay, yeah,
That's a bigger bridge.
this was the most Quebec money spending we've ever done.
yeah. It's nice though. Look, when we were young and the bridges weren't lit, it was ugly. Now all these things they light them up with.
What do you mean? I don't leave the fucking island. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And the Laval bridges have no lights. I go there that way sometimes.
Yeah, but those
like,
are
let's
ugly
light up the
bridges.
La Chapelle, bro. That's gonna be
Nobody sees it.
so
No,
nice. It'll cost $50. It's so small.
The Champlain Bridge is nice.
It's nice. Yeah.
The new bridge?
The new bridge.
I like that you can see the old bridge from the new bridge. To be
They're
honest,
taking it down slowly.
are they?
Yeah,
I thought it was going to remain as a pedestrian bike thing.
No. Because there's another one next to that one.
Let's get rid of that one. It's
I
ugly.
have insider information, by the way. They apparently cut a lot of corners on the Champlain Bridge, though.
What do you mean?
Insider, like what? A guy who heard from a guy who heard from a guy who heard from a guy who worked on the bridge.
This is from because there were German engineers working, and they had German, not just German engineers, they had German contractors
Yeah,
come in and
a
work
very
on the
efficient
Champlain-
contractors.
on the Champlain Bridge. We know this, bro. Look at what they did during World War II.
They
Very
can
efficient.
build it. They built all of Greece's roads, and they're doing all right.
George is like, I do not associate.
Oh no, we do.
I like the bridge. No, the bridge is nice.
It's a nice
Yeah,
bridge.
but they apparently got fired because they were too expensive.
Hearsay.
I don't know.
Hearsay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I
Hearsay.
have no idea.
This is not
the final product though looks nice.
It looks nice, but will it stand the test of time? I don't know.
We don't know.
Having grown up here, I have an irrational fear of bridges.
What?
Yeah, that is irrational. Why though?
It's not as irrational as you'd think, though. So I don't like crossing a long bridge. Like, I'm not like freaking out, but like I'd like it to be over as soon as possible, right?
I don't mind it.
When I was a kid, I used to imagine what would happen if the bridge just collapsed while I was on it, and what I would do for survival. I'd be in the water. And
You
shit.
won't-
And I
you won't have to
you would
think
die.
about
You would die
survival.
on
You
on
would-
impact.
No, bro.
You're
I'm,
too high.
I'm built different.
Yeah,
bro.
sure.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, built different. Built strong to not last so long. 10 seconds. Growing up here and all the fucking overpasses that fell and killed people and the pieces of the bridges that used to fall off and you could see them, I guess it's not an irrational fear. I have just like a healthy fear of being under or on a bridge.
Yeah, no, you should be more scared about being under.
I'm definitely when there's traffic there's overpasses like on
You're
the
just
carry.
looking.
No, I don't go through. I'm like, fuck, I'm not getting stuck under there. I wait. People honk at me. I don't give a shit. It's only 2 car lengths. I'll just move after. If I know I'm gonna get stuck under, I wait and then I go after.
That's funny.
The same way you wait to cross an intersection.
Oh.
Like it's not illogical. It's happened in my lifetime like 10 times. I've seen it happen once. I've been stuck in the traffic.
Me, I
it
tell
caused.
myself if it happens, at least I'll be gone in the blink of an eye.
What if you get like half crushed and you're just sitting there waiting to die?
Too much adrenaline, you don't feel that shit. Shock sets in.
But then you die.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
it's not that bad.
I mean,
And then I'll haunt that corner
what do you?
like a dirty street hooker.
Poseidon's just a ghost like this.
No, I think it's nice. I mean, look, downtown looks beautiful.
No, it doesn't.
The last couple of years, yeah, when you're coming into the city, and
You know what makes a city beautiful? People making money.
I'm
The
talking
downtown
about.
does not have that.
Look, the cityscape looks nice. All the lights and the bridges
Yeah,
now
okay,
being lit
great.
with a Ferris wheel.
So when people drive through from the States so they can bypass us to go to Toronto, they can look pretty on the way.
But that's
Like
like,
the new bridge, they did the stupidest thing. They put up that fucking thing on the side. You can't even see the view of the city anymore.
but you know what they do.
But
bro?
you know what? I've always said it. I much more prefer the view of the city coming in from Victoria Bridge than the Champlain Bridge.
You know-
No, because the Champlain, you get the whole thing from a height.
I
old
like I
Champlain.
like the industrial side, and you see
You want to
the,
see that Farine Five Roses?
the farine,
But you see that anyways.
Montreal's the kind of city where, bro, like, let's say your apartment is falling apart, the floor is broken, it's busted, the walls are busted, everything's busted, but you put a
horizontally.
yeah, but fuck yourself.
Nicely done.
But you put up a new wallpaper and you're like, look, it's a nice
It's a
apartment.
hardwood floor.
Yes,
Put
you
the
know?
paper. You put the paper
Yeah,
vertically.
exactly. Look, it's
Yeah.
brick wallpaper.
No, you overdid it.
It's brick
Look,
wallpaper.
you Poseidon did hard.
Yeah.
You had a good joke and you spit
know?
in its mouth.
Yeah, the wallpaper's nice, bro, but your place is busted.
Yeah, kind of like your fucking bank account, your wallet, and then where your taxes go. Montreal. It looks good, but it doesn't feel right. Oh, no.
Hey.
An awkward silence entered the room.
You literally woke up 5 minutes ago,
I love
didn't
how
you?
that actually describes him very well.
Yeah, it was just like, let me switch cheats here for the angry leader.
El jefe.
Thanks. Did you have a good meeting?
I guess. Yeah.
I always love the switch of the seats.
Why? I hate
I
it.
don't know.
It just throws me off. Now I just want to
I like
fucking
it.
take a
It's
nap.
like
I feel like every
Ooh,
time,
you're all wet.
every time he walks in,
Aren't you all wet?
there's just a like.
Me?
You park underground at home and
I'm not
here.
wet.
Yeah, your arm's all wet.
Yeah, just I have to pay for the parking. There's a little bit
Oh,
of
that's your
couple
arm
of
that went
drops,
out,
bro.
yeah.
This fucking guy, bro.
Bro, I'm
He's
worried
like-
about the studio.
He's a panicky Pete.
I'm not panicking.
You know,
Panicky Pete, bro. Calm down.
you
Your
know-
name's Phil.
you know what I love when you walk in? The air gets thicker with nervousness.
No, it gets
No.
thicker with musk from his manliness,
Yeah.
like an ethnic Chad Kroger.
It's
Kroger
so nice
was
to
his
see
name.
George in person.
I know. I don't
How
like.
you
I don't like when he's here because
I
I
love
look
when he's
small
here.
on the camera because he's of
I
fucking
prefer George
perspective.
being here. I feel like it adds value.
Does it?
I
Yeah.
can take him
He has
more
no news
serious.
today, just for the record.
No,
What are you
have
talking
news.
about?
He's
We
lying.
got,
He
we
said
got
he had
news.
Have you
nothing.
talked about Johnny Depp and Amber
No,
Turd?
we talked about
I'm not following. Are you guys following that?
a little bit.
A
I
little
mean,
bit, yeah.
a little bit.
I
I
get-
watched the
I-
clip
I'm not
yesterday.
really into all that Hollywood gossip thing,
It's
but
not all-
obviously it's on all the feeds. So,
No,
but
it's more of remember how you made us sit through a lot of Me Too shit? Well, then you better fucking do your due diligence and talk about this because this is the opposite. This is.
So wait, hold on. How does this story start? She sued him, and now he's counter-suing her?
For defamation.
She sued him, but even before that, she basically put it out there. She was telling people that he was abusing her.
But she never called by his name, right? People just assume.
No, she did when she was with. I think they were
I
married.
read somewhere that she had written a thing in the Washington
While
Post.
they were married, she was going to work and she was telling people every time she would do something to him. We only find this out now. She was going and telling people that he was abusing her. Right. She was kind of like trying to.
She's gaslighting him.
Cover her tracks too. And people
clever.
believed it.
It's
People are like,
clever.
yeah, it's the Me Too. People can't do this. He's getting drugged up and he's punching her. He's doing this. And then we found out that all the physical stuff that she said she was doing to him. She cut his finger.
Took a shit in his bed.
Took a shit in his bed.
Fucking psycho, man.
Yeah,
The only thing I have seen which made me laugh, and I actually shared it, was her lawyer objecting to his own question.
Oh, dude, it's
That was
been full of
amazing.
that. The lawyers are needed. The
He
lawyers
asked a
like
question. He's like, no, I object. They're like, it's your question.
The hearsay thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hearsay,
I saw that
hearsay, hearsay, and then you hear the judge. You ask the question. Oh fuck! And then the best one though I saw yesterday. He goes, "Oh, this is golden." He goes, "Would you say that this is a photograph of a doctor?" Or whatever? He's like, "Yeah, that's a photograph." He's like, "Objection! That's not a photograph. That's a picture on a phone." And then everyone just stops and looks at each other. Like, yeah, come on. We know it's not a physical photograph. You fucking dickhead. Like, that's not what you should be objecting to.
Wow.
I saw the other clip where he had signed the and like he's watching on the screen and you can hear the lawyer saying, "Is that your signature on the document?" Yes, that's my signature. So what you're saying is that in that document that you've signed, that's your signature, right? Yes, I just said that's my signature. Okay, so that is your signature. He goes, for the third time, that is my signature. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the best is
My
when
favorite
he's
was
reading article titles and he goes, the Hollywood Reporter said this. Is that correct? And then he's like, what do you mean? Like what they said, that's just tabloid. That's not real. He's like, no, but what I just read, did I read that correctly? and he goes, yeah, you read that pretty well. You read that correctly. He goes, you're doing good. Try it again. That's so stupid.
Bro, he's clever. He's making the
My favorite was,
courtroom laugh.
would you say that you're much larger
I saw that
than
one
Miss Amber Heard? And he's like, I don't think I would say that. I wouldn't characterize it as that. And then he kind of looks up and he chuckles.
So
He calls her
stupid.
fat. It's so good.
Okay, he's not a very big man either.
Yeah.
No, I know, but it's just the way.
I don't think he called her
chuckle
fat.
at-
I think he's just like, because like, would you? No, I don't have to say any dumb
I don't
shit.
know.
he's
The
always saying.
mix up in this whole story is what I haven't understood yet is who is suing who and where are they in the what's happening?
he's now suing her for defamation because he lost.
But what happened with the first one? He lost it,
No, here's what happened
or is that still going?
No, that's all done. But what happened was when that happened, he lost all kinds of money. He lost work. They kicked him off Pirates of the
they kicked him off,
Caribbean because he said he's abusive. But during that, her career,
out she was a black pearl.
but she exploded her career because of him. She got Aquaman.
I don't think I have. What?
She was, she's an Aquaman.
She's
She in the is the next
main
one
lady,
too, or
yeah.
did they recast her?
Don't remember.
She's the main hoe, as they say.
Yeah, she's Aquaman's side piece.
Yeah, no, it's his main piece.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Doesn't he? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, anyways, so now I think she's gonna. The point is, this guy lost hundreds of millions of dollars because
Yeah, so he has every right.
and
to
he was
fucking
beat up,
sue.
and he was stabbed.
And he had his bed shit on.
Yeah, the bed shitting was extreme.
That is
That's
extreme.
weird.
I love how they try to blame the dogs.
It's always the crazy and hot, that curve.
The crazy hot curve. You got to know. As an experienced adult, you learn more and more. So
But he
Twitter.
was on drugs for a long time, so a lot of that experience he has no memory of.
So Twitter is
Elon Musk.
going into the freedom.
Don't say that.
of
You
the
don't
world.
know. You don't know.
I do. My followers
No,
are
we
already
know.
starting to grow. I see people that were permanently suspended coming back to Twitter. It's feeling great.
Well, how are they coming back already? Nothing's changed yet.
Yeah, stuff changed. They've already got reinstated.
He even reinstated the Trump's account.
Yeah, but Trump doesn't want to take
He
it.
doesn't want to take it. Yeah,
He says I don't want to come
Well,
back.
he
I
has
have
his
my
own platform
I have my
now,
own
he
platform.
Yeah.
But at some, I was a little sad. I go, oh, they had the best tweets, and I go, I was okay without them too. I don't care. Like it would have been cool if he was on there to tweet random shit like "fuck Kit Kat," but since he's not there, it's still gonna be. But yeah, little changes have already been happening. Yeah.
That's funny.
I thought it was going to be like a slower process for him to take over, but I guess the way he did it, by
He
buying
bought
all
it.
the shares, yeah.
I mean, all he had to do, I don't know what he did behind the scenes, but he may have said something like, look, you have ISIS accounts, start working on those and let people who said they didn't want to get vaccinated get back on Twitter, you fucking retards.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just have a feeling, and again, I'm not a professional, and I don't know, I'm the least specialized person to talk about Twitter, but I
It's
just
true,
feel like
you are.
with all this crap happening, I get a feeling that people are just gonna get turned off more than anything, and they're just gonna abandon Twitter.
What do you mean?
I actually it reinvigorated my love for Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Sean King delete his account. I was like, this is great. Yeah, we need less white guys on there, so I was happy they did that. So yeah, it was.
I don't know who
good.
Sean King is.
He's a white guy
Sorry.
that pretends to be black.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like Sean DePaul. Same concept.
No, not at all.
Let me let me start this
Sean
off.
Paul?
I just sent you something to put it up. This is don't say anything yet. This is huge news, guys. This is an anonymous source that just gave this to me. So I wasn't able to corroborate this.
You write scripts. It's so cute. I
But-
didn't know.
I wasn't able to corroborate, but
Speaking to the mic, I don't know why you're speaking to the side of the mic.
but I do believe it. So this is a source. He gave me a photo of someone's work ID, and validating the authenticity of this story. So on April 21st,
It seems like it's gonna be good.
2021.
2022,
Oh, okay.
on an episode of In Bed with Poseidon, it is estimated that the word bro was mentioned 558 times. And I say estimated because my source allegedly committed suicide while counting.
What? How many
listen.
times?
The allegedly part was for the counting. Yeah. Anyway,
excessive,
for those
that's
wondering about the work ID photo, here it is. This is Gapes, guys. Gapes, our
Obviously.
friend Gapes that sent
Oh, yeah,
us
he had made
that whole script, and he gave us.
You want me to show it to people?
Show it. Yeah, why not? Our friend Gapes
Not a
made
good
it.
photo of you.
Of who?
You'll see.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This certifies that the signature and photograph here on is appointed. I like Poseidon's signature.
Poseidon has the best
little
signature.
stick
Out of all the special null agents, he has the best signature.
It should say very
I am a
special
boy.
agent. He looks like a background C-list actor from like the worst episode of The Sopranos.
He looks like no. It looks like, remember Cops? He looks like he got caught hiding in someone's garden.
Masturbating in someone's garden. Yeah.
I didn't know crack was illegal.
Thank you,
Yeah, you guys
Gapes.
bro hard, huh?
Oh, they
You
broke.
should move to Brossard.
The-
Oh my
the-
guys,
yeah,
no,
it's broke
seriously.
hard.
I was watching that clip and I was like,
Yeah,
come
you
on,
do.
man.
You guys have to tone it down a bit.
Bro.
Come on, bro.
I feel like when he first saw that and someone showed it to him, he was like, "Bro, it's edited." That was his first reaction.
No, he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
I've told him before.
Yeah, you guys broke down a bit too hard. I will say
He
you should-
you outbroed yourselves.
you outbroke yourselves. Yeah, it was prolific.
Yeah, the Twitter thing it's a good thing
No,
because
I like it too.
I don't understand the meltdown. Like I don't understand what people care. First of all, two things I don't understand. Number one, they go he should have bought this. He should have spent. It's his money. It's not your money. You should be more concerned with the government that's actually spending your money on wars and on nonsense. You fucking idiots. Not what some guy's doing with his own money. It doesn't care about where your money's going. Care about the people spending. He's
Look,
not spending. It's his money. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
There's a conversation from a lot of people happening.
I have a guy who he goes, he should have spent the $44 billion. He should have given it to the Clinton Foundation because they're working to eradicate poverty around the world. Like, imagine you want to give $44 billion
the Clinton Foundation.
to people so that they can go kidnap and molest kids around the world. Like, come on. Come on, guys.
I'm in a very
Harvest some
weird,
organs, too.
I'm in a weird situation with this whole thing, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I feel like social media has gotten so important in people's kind of, perspective on things that I agree that we should have, people should be free to just express their opinions, whether they're correct or not. I just don't trust people to read it and know that this is bad, this is wrong, or, this is the correct information.
Does it feel like he's leaning towards censorship?
Yeah, he
No,
just
I-
literally said a very weird statement.
I'm not leaning towards censorship. I just feel that don't you think that there should be some sort of kind of monitoring on getting people's stupid things kind of filtered or whatever? No.
No, filtered how? You are the filter. You choose what you want to follow.
Look,
Yeah, but see, do you trust people?
No, I don't.
Look, bro. If
But you're the
something-
filter, bro.
If you don't like something, bro,
Don't
just
watch
don't look
it.
at it.
I agree, but at the same time,
No.
it's like
I understand
Like
that
cyberbullying-
misinformation can
it's
spread,
like cyberbullying,
but at the
bro.
same time, I'd rather trust people who I don't trust inherently. Trust people to know what's real and what's not and what makes sense, than trust someone to decide for all of us.
Yeah, that's what you're not getting. So
no. I get it. I'm just.
If you're still
If
making
you're-
this
you-
argument, you
and
don't.
here's the
believe
thing,
it.
you don't, because here's the thing, the argument-
You're an intelligent guy that can read something and say,
Hold on,
but
but
that
the
guy
argument,
isn't.
Yeah, but
the
the
argument
majority of people
but
aren't.
the argument you're making is false because that's the argument they were trying to make on Twitter, right? The employees they're like, no, we got it. But everything they've done in the past couple of years has been they buried the Hunter Biden story.
Yeah, they've been
every time somebody would speak out against him or anything on the left wing, they would suspend the account, ban him, shadow ban, do shit like that. So they've done the complete opposite. It wasn't about make sure things that are true come out. It was the complete opposite. It's make sure nothing bad about our side comes out, which is the wrong thing.
Yeah, what about ISIS and all these other terrorist
They still have their
organizations?
accounts.
They still have
think
all their
do
accounts.
you think they should have these this
Personally,
access to
If
the
they're
platform?
calling for violence,
Yeah,
then
if
that's
they're-
a violation of some kind of community
personally,
guideline.
if they're calling for, which they do, if they call for, I remember the ISIS guy that was tweeting me a few years ago that wanted to cut my head off and the rest of the Greeks and all that.
That's so
I got into argument with a guy on Twitter.
Yeah.
So his account would never got suspended.
Regular Tuesday.
Mine got suspended when I called Erdogan a bitch. But his telling me that he's going to cut my head off and the rest of the Greeks, it was cool.
I mean, but you,
Yeah.
as a public figure, you could have. Maybe they were just like, this guy's going to start an international conflict. Erdogan's is a bitch, but let's appease him.
That shouldn't be
I know, I'm
that
just
way
saying.
this works. But anyways, what I'm saying is a pedophile account, same thing. They were letting all kinds of pederasts put weird shit on Twitter. You remember this? And then people that were calling those accounts out, like Chrissy Mayer when she did that, she called an account and she goes, guys, you can't have this shit on Twitter. This is crazy. This is pedophile shit.
yeah.
They suspended her account. They left him on.
It's
So
ridiculous.
yeah. So I've witnessed crazy shit happen on Twitter. I've witnessed crazy
Me
shit
too.
happen online, and it seems to be dependent on your political leanings, which is insane. The whole point of having freedom of speech, right? You have the freedom to also not listen. You have the freedom to not follow someone you don't like,
100%.
right? And they have the freedom. Everybody has the freedom. Even Elon Musk, even Twitter has the freedom to be offended over something. But now it's not like, that guy swears too much. Maybe we'll throttle him. He can't get enough, which is already crazy. This has literally become who does he vote for? Oh, he could ban kids if he votes for the same people as me, which is insane. It's crazy.
But you do agree that there has to be some sort of monitoring, like people inciting violence or.
But it's not. It hasn't happened yet. So this is what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
Well, no, it
Well,
has.
no,
like
people who
ISIS.
No. People who actually incite violence have been actual violence, not fake violence of I think the election was rigged. Oh my God, that's
I'm not
violent.
talking about that.
towards me.
I'm
We're
talking
talking
about
about,
the
like,
terrorist
terrorist
accounts.
Terrorist accounts still exist on Twitter. They don't get suspended. They're fine.
But they should.
ISIS
That's
had
what
a
we're saying.
hold on. ISIS had a magazine. What you're complaining about, like, oh, what's gonna happen now with Trump, with Musk? Without Musk, those accounts have been allowed to flourish and grow and get new followers.
Of course.
So what is this fear of him taking over of, what do you mean freedom of speech? Somebody has to monitor this shit. Well, right now, they're not. They're doing the opposite. The only thing that they're blocking is stuff that goes against them personally.
Yep.
Everything else is
Yeah.
fine.
I know,
so
no,
what's
but
the fear of Musk taking over? The
there's
worst
no
that can
fear.
happen.
I have
is
no
what-
idea.
My concern was exactly what you're saying because there's no
Control.
quote unquote control. Like all these accounts are still allowed to be there, and he comes out and says, "Look, we're free. It's gonna be a freedom of speech kind of thing."
Yeah.
Then what happens in these particular situations? Like these
crack down
accounts.
on them? I hope so.
Well, of course. Well, right now they're still because your question.
I mean,
why I'm
there's
saying-
still
the
community
reason why
guidelines,
your
right?
question is stupid is because you're not asking it for the past 5 years when they're happening, and now when someone else is taking over, you're like, well, what's gonna happen? These accounts are still gonna be allowed to. Well, you had no problem when they were running. Now these past couple of years, I don't understand. But no, he's the type of guy that kind of shit won't stand because.
Well, you can't say that for certain. We don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know what
from
he's
what we
doing.
know
hope.
politically,
We wish, yeah.
because he's mentioned shit like that before. He goes, "Well, this guy gets suspended,
I can't.
but this
I
guy's
can't
still around."
figure him out. Like I
robot.
don't know if he has a god complex at this point.
No, I
I'm
think
not
he's
sure
very
what's
close to the Zuckerberg, like robot android.
He's
autist spectrum.
he's Aspergian for sure.
Yeah.
Like he's on the spectrum, and he's said so many times.
But he's a Western guy. Like, there's no way. Anyways, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, there's a crackdown.
I wanna believe that he's gonna do what I believe to be the right thing in general. But at the same time, I don't want to believe in someone. I don't want to.
But what do you mean
I
the
don't want a
right
hero.
thing? What this is the other thing I don't understand.
Which is to
what's
allow-
the right thing?
To allow Twitter to be what it could have been. Right.
The only thing
a place
Twi-
for open and free discussion.
Okay, so that hasn't existed in a couple of years. on
Oh, I
Twitter.
know. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
But the only thing that has to literally, if it's just that, that's not hard at all. You just because there's an algorithm right now that depending on what you liked, depending on what you
Yeah,
tweet,
but what
depending on
if-
who follows you and who you follow, that you get throttled, so people don't see you as
I
much. and all that.
understand, but what
All-
if he goes
so
against
just-
those guys? Right. Let's
No,
say
but-
in
but
a
I'm trying
quest-
to answer your first
Yeah, okay,
question.
go
I don't know
ahead.
why you keep jumping in. So all he has to do for what you said is remove those throttles, which apparently he's
Seems
already
simple,
started
right?
because there are already accounts that are being reinstated.
Yeah, I saw a
so
bunch
he
this
stops
morning.
that. Now it's free. Now let's say it's free. You're allowed to finally see the tweets of, I don't know, Noam Chomsky. I don't fucking anybody, and you could talk about it.
Was no
Where's the
chance to be
fear?
blocked?
No, I'm just
I'm
giving you an
just asking.
example. What's the fear now that you
fear.
have?
Of that situation,
Yeah.
nothing. My fear is that he turns it and he builds algorithms in the company to now block out the people who are anti-free speech. Because I
Okay.
disagree with them, but
Okay.
I don't want them blocked either. I don't want to just flip sides.
But he never said he was going to do that.
They-
And why is I don't understand how is that a fear?
It's not a fear. I'm just
Yeah.
saying I don't know what he's gonna do. That's all
But
I'm
that's
saying.
absurd because I could just say I don't know if one of the rockets he's building to go to the moon, he might turn it, land in Canada, blow shit up. Like these are weird things without any
I'm
substance.
not overly concerned. I'm just saying I don't know if he's gonna just open it up or just switch positions.
Well, what he said was he's opening it up.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, I
all we
guess
know.
we'll- I guess we'll
and
have
I
to wait and
prefaced all
see.
of this by saying I don't know what to make of him. I don't know what his goals are, and I don't know why he does.
It's
the things
his
he
money.
does.
I don't care.
Yeah, but I want to enjoy Twitter. That's all
I
I'm
understand
saying.
why.
Well, if you want to enjoy Twitter, you
haven't been for the last 5 years.
free Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have gotten more on Twitter in the last year than I ever was before. I don't know.
I mean, Twitter for me was always when shit was going down. I was on Twitter to figure out what's happening.
like
wasn't a regular
I always
user.
avoided Twitter. Like
No,
I
I
had
enjoy
it. I would post like very.
I go for news. I noticed this morning there's this YouTube creator that I follow from, I think he's from Pennsylvania. He's a guy like me. He's a video guy, but he also does his like vlog where he talks about gear and stuff. He's one of the few in like the top 20 big YouTubers in that niche who actually would express his political opinion, because these guys famously, you have no idea. Like, especially the Canadian guys, because there's a bunch of them from
Yeah.
Canada, like
Yeah.
McKinnon, Howe, Hapuja. Like, you don't know where they fall in the political spectrum. I mean, I know because I've met some of them individually and we've had conversations, but online, never.
Okay.
This guy, though, all of a sudden, he's like, fuck, he just broke character one day. Like, it was during, I think it was during the third lockdown where it's like, enough is enough. Like, this doesn't make sense. It was right after the elections and that whole insurrection thing.
Yeah.
And he started to express his opinions and he got fucking throttled hard on YouTube.
Yeah, of course.
Disappeared from Twitter, and I saw him this morning. He reappeared, and he's like, "I'm back."
Ah.
And he has this you know what he is? He's like a more polished Poseidon. Like he has that street vibe to him.
Today you're polished, by the way.
Thank you.
I like your sweater.
Thank you.
But even the way he talks, he's got that like that street. You know that draw Poseidon has. You know, like bro, you know, like.
The big question isn't.
Yeah, I'll show him to you later.
what
You'll
Trump
enjoy
is-
him.
What Trump? I keep saying Trump. What?
Trump?
What
Oh,
Trump is
Musk,
doing with
Musk.
Truth Social is like Truth Social just got fucked. So business wise, Trump just got rattled, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Truth Social.
But was that going anywhere to begin
I
with?
don't know.
I haven't been on it.
But
I don't like the
It's
name.
a stupid name.
Yeah, Truth Social. Like it sounds too
Truthy Socially.
old manny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a boomer site.
You want to know the truth? This guy took a picture of his burger. That's the truth. It's like it's a social media site, bro. Calm down. So, but the Musk thing, the big question isn't what he's gonna do with like overall with Twitter. It's just gonna stop throttling people. Maybe add an edit button. It's not a big deal. The big
The
deal
edit
is
button is a big deal.
Yeah, of
because
course.
he spent $44 billion. Is he going to be able to make money off Twitter, which is something Twitter has not been able to do? I think yes, because there are many things you could do with Twitter that they were scared to do. Because I remember when I worked with Twitter years ago, I had some fucking the stuff I was talking
The
to
AR
Mike about
stuff,
yesterday.
yeah.
Some great fucking ideas for them that they were too. They didn't have like the actual capacity to do, and I was like, you guys are missing.
It's weird how
the
such a
boat.
big fucking.
The bigger you are, the harder it
network-
is for you to pivot.
But they have a network effect, so it's hard to believe that they're having trouble generating new forms of revenue, right?
They were having trouble generating revenue.
Well,
in
ads
general.
are their main source of revenue. Like we just
But
did
they
a
don't-
Freakonomics episode
but
on
they
how
don't have-
Twitter operates
Yeah,
internally.
but they don't have. They're
No, they
not
don't
making
have a
money. They haven't
lot.
been making money.
But in the
They
research
have all
that
the
Mike
eyes,
did-
but no way to make money because the people they have were not innovative people. They spend more hours crying in
Do
meetings.
they have eyeballs though? How many people are on Twitter?
no, they have the eyeballs. That's not the issue.
Is that a real question?
It's not a real question, George.
You didn't ask that real
Like
question?
fucking.
Actually, do they have
It's the
eyeballs
third biggest social network in
on the
existence.
planet? Yeah, that ever existed. It's millions of people.
I
I,
don't
think
know.
it's- I want to say
How do
44
you don't know what
million,
Twitter
but
is?
that's wrong. There's more.
What?
I don't know why I have 44. Maybe it's
Twitter's
444.
huge, dude. Twitter's international.
No, I know, but I mean, compared to other ones like Facebook and
Facebook
Instagram
is-
and TikTok and all these things,
Facebook has the
That's the most,
longevity
right?
factor. That's the most, but it's because it's so long. They have a lot of people, but there's a lot of accounts that aren't being used.
didn't Instagram surpass Twitter?
Yeah, no. Instagram
has
is
surpassed
the
Twitter.
heavy duty right now because Instagram has the young eyes, and there's video and there's the reels and everyone's on there. They
And I
spend
heard
more time on
TikTok-
Instagram.
and I heard
Instagram is at a crossroads now. They're struggling right now. I can see it.
But Twitter, the thing is, they have all kinds of people. They have all the most, let's say, influential people on there. The problem is they have no way of making money off them.
And
So all those promoted ads and shit they have.
What's wrong?
What is that?
Oh, I thought that was you.
it was you. Yeah, sorry.
So all the promoted ads that
what
they
happened?
Just take off your headphone and you'll hear it.
have. Yeah. That's your friend, no?
You don't hear it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no,
I
I was
thought
just curious.
Poseidon was like shaking his leg or
I thought
something.
it was all right, but they didn't have a way of properly monetizing the site. Like you have millions of
The
people.
cool thing about Twitter is that you can literally interact with a famous person.
That was the whole point.
Right, that was the point. It was
That was the whole point.
microblogging for everyone. And like because like I said, we just did an episode with Mike on Freakonomics, and he did a bunch of research. And apparently, Musk has played with the idea of a subscription-based model.
Yeah, I heard that
Which
too.
once you're subscribed to the service, first of all, it opens up new things to you. Also, you get instantly verified, blue check mark, if you pay. So that's an interesting model. Like people might might be willing.
The only reason why he would do that, that's fucking sneaky. You know what it's for?
What?
Because the whole verification thing, right? Used to be initially it was because they didn't want fake accounts, like
Yeah.
fake famous
Yeah.
people. Now the problem is anytime, like say you post, hey, my new video's out. If you get a comment like "fuck you, you tranny," normally it's a fake account. It's not someone that you could see who it is. By verifying it, they do what they do because when they verify, like I say, my Facebook fan page, all that, it's verified. But they have to have my ID, my driver's license. Like in order to verify,
Yeah,
it's
you
me,
gotta put
I
all these
can't-
things
I've
in.
tried
They
to
have
get a
to-
blue check mark. I don't
They have
enough
to know that
followers.
it's really you.
Yeah.
So I think this might be a strategy because he did say something about the egg accounts. He had said something about the fake
Yes,
accounts.
he also spoke about it's an issue that he wants to crack
It's a
down
huge
on.
issue because what happens is you have like
There's
5,
something
6 burner
strange though
accounts.
about paying for that social media network, like an app.
You pay for all of
It's
them.
only strange.
You already pay
right
for all
now.
your
You're
social
paying
media.
with your personal information. I think I'd be, and I don't know where they're doing with that. I think I'd feel safer knowing that. Look, I'm giving you $20 a year, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what you get from me.
Yeah.
Right now, you're making money off my existence.
Yeah.
And the fact that they have a network effect
You're telling me
that
I
is so
could pay
big means that I
$5
have
a
to.
month? I could pay $5 a month, and you no longer have someone coming at you that you can't find that's like tranny, suck my dick, or whatever. They yell all kinds of shit.
So okay. So
But you also have in exchange for that money, I would expect that you no longer own my data because I'm paying to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
That's interesting.
But he's not a data miner. All the money he's made, he doesn't. He normally like PayPal. It's a service provider. He makes money off the service he's
Tesla
providing.
mines a lot of data though.
No, but that's not how he makes his money. He makes his
No,
money
no,
by
no,
selling
yeah,
Teslas.
but yes.
They mine data in order to improve everything.
Exactly.
But he's not making his money off, and they mine data. You
Well,
know
that's
that
what
they're
you
doing
mean by
that.
he's not a data guy because he's a data guy.
No, because Apple was making money for a while off your data. And Facebook, for years, made money just by selling your data.
Facebook
the only
still
way it could
does.
function was that he doesn't function based on that.
Actually, Apple was the one that really changed the game in the public perception because after that chaos that happened with Zuckerberg,
The password. Do you remember that? With
I'm talking about
you
after
remember the
Cambridge
locked phones?
Analytica,
Oh, okay, but do you remember the locked phone?
the generic way to get in, they're the master key.
It had to go to the Supreme Court. There was one of those shooters. That
Yeah, they wanted to access his phone,
And then Apple was in a weird position because they go, I get
remember that,
get
yeah.
why you want it,
but we
but
can't.
at the same time, this is gonna fuck up everything. People signed millions of people around the world have signed these
we
these
would protect
waivers.
this, yeah.
So you're gonna put us in a weird fucking spot. And then I remember how crazy that was. I was like, fuck, I didn't. That's what I love about the United States when they really take their freedom serious. When they actually argue and talk about it.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
yeah.
in Canada where they decide one day from another. You can't really you can't freeze my bank account. Yeah, I can. He just did.
It's an emergency.
I hate
It's
that
fine.
shit. I love when they take
What
your rights
happened there
serious.
finally?
That's
What
what's
happened?
I
frustrating.
think they never opened it.
They never opened it. They had a guy who offered his services, one of those jailbreakers. But from what I understood, it was like tongue in cheek, like
Apple helped in the end.
Apple
They just
probably
didn't let
helped.
it go on the books,
Public, yeah.
probably. But that's not what I was talking about, actually. I was talking about when they came up a year ago with their new iOS, where basically they fucked Facebook's ad revenue because now you can actually choose
Opt
to
out.
block stuff. You
Yeah,
can opt
yeah,
out of everything. And I never realized how many services I knew, but because now I have like a nice clear sheet, I can go through them, and I'm like, fucking.
You're gonna have to show me that.
Since
Yeah,
when?
dude,
No,
it's-
you've been getting prop-ups. You get prompts. You just ignore them because you're a boomer.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. Like, I never thought I'd say this, but I was like, thank you, Apple. Also, fuck you, Apple, for secretly updating my Final Cut last week. You fucked me. But thank you for this thing. This data stuff.
The data thing is huge, dude. Your data is worth so much money to them because it's on a grand scale, right? They know how to target you. People pay for that.
Yeah,
they
for sure.
want to buy
Yeah.
the right to sell you
Super
stuff.
random. While
Yeah.
we were talking about Twitter, I got like 5 new Twitter followers. They all
told-
seem to be your followers, though.
But still, but you're going to be getting people in general. Your Twitter accounts, if you're active, are going to start growing more and more
Interesting.
because they had. I knew us. We were throttled for. My account got throttled a few years ago. Remember? You couldn't even when you'd search for me. You wouldn't be able to find me.
Oh, yeah, I
You
remember
remember
that.
that shit?
Yeah,
You
I
would
remember.
search with my name. You search my ad. You couldn't find me. The only way people were adding me is like if somebody retweeted me that was their
Yeah.
followers and they saw it and they would click on it. So I got the time that it was for me to grow on Twitter. They took my legs from under me.
Are you still on TikTok? You active? I know you send me every time I open my TikTok, which is once a month. I
Yeah.
just have like 6
Yeah, me
messages.
too.
But
from
that's
you.
what happens. Yeah. So what I do is every time I open, I have messages from him,
I
Alex.
like it. I think it's entertaining. I
mean,
know.
I get the same experience from Instagram.
idea-
the
the
idea that I
idea-
have to switch apps is annoying.
But I've watched my my algorithm change on that. Like
On TikTok?
I now I know how to play around with it.
So I was talking to
What
George and
frustrates
him-
me
oh,
about the Twitter acquisition is most of these fucking idiots are concerned about how a billionaire is spending his money, but they're not concerned about how the government is spending their
Yeah, I
own
know.
money.
I know you just said that. He just waited to repeat it. He's been waiting
Oh, you
so
said- I'm
patiently.
sorry, I'm sorry. I
That's
didn't-
the
I
whole
didn't- I
thesis
didn't
of
hear you.
everything he said.
I'm sorry.
The stupidest thing I read.
I'm sorry I didn't hear.
Probably that.
No. No. Aside from that, the stupidest thing I heard is this is
I'm
unacceptable.
sorry, bro.
It's unacceptable. We can't have media companies owned by billionaires. It's
not really a media company.
That's how all the media companies are
exactly.
owned.
Like
Yeah.
every single media
So two
company
things.
is.
Number one, it's not a media company. Number two, it's not a media company.
Not in the traditional sense, but it is a media company.
It's not a media company. They don't make any
no.
reports. That's all
Yeah,
user
yeah, yeah.
generated. It's a social media. It's not a media company.
It's a
a
social
media
media company.
company.
Fine, yes, okay, yeah.
What do you mean fine? There's no. We're not meeting in the middle here. It's not a media company. There's no
A
Twitter.
tweet is a form of is a
It's
media.
it's a platform actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Platforms
not,
of there I can
Yeah,
get
they
behind.
don't. They don't have reporters working
No,
for
but
Twitter.
it's just ridiculous. You're like,
Yeah.
No,
dude,
yeah, but like, have you
look
never
at-
seen fucking Citizen Kane?
First of all, but Bezos, who owns what is it, the
Washington Post,
now?
yeah.
He legitimately controls the narrative, and he's one of the richest guys on the planet. That should be illegal, but it's not. And you care what a private citizen basically
I mean,
spends his money
I
on?
prefer to have the rich people in charge. I feel safer. What am I have? The Pories? Ugh.
But there's no
pros.
poor. It's not. It has nothing to do with
I
rich
know,
or poor.
dude.
It just has to do with.
It's his money. Let him do what he
It's
wants.
his
That's
money,
it.
but he's allowed to buy it. I don't understand what the problem is.
I saw
he paid
someone the
double
other
for
day
it.
say
He essentially paid double what it's worth.
38% over.
That's
the
crazy.
evaluation, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I
That's
think he's gonna make
fucking
money
nuts.
off it. I think he's
I
gonna
think
make
he's
money.
smart enough to figure out how to monetize it properly. All I care about right now is one, I do care that it's profitable for him because that way he'll stick around. And that only works as a hope, in my opinion, if it's a better experience for us. That's it.
I think he'll be fine because even Tesla, he had like mainstream media go heavily against him. You know, all of his.
He
These are
likes
two
that,
different things. Like you're arguing. No one says Twitter's not a good idea. It's not working. That's not what they're
No,
against.
I know.
Tesla, everyone went against him because big oil put a lot of big oil hates him.
yeah.
That's why the Saudis were adamant to not sell last week. You remember that shit? That's another thing. They were not okay with him buying it to be like, yo, Twitter should be an open platform. Everyone should discuss stuff. It's an open forum. They didn't like that, but they all loved Saudi Arabia being like, yeah, we need to keep this guy away. We got to keep it closed. And they're like, yeah,
only
freedom.
hear-
Saudi Arabia knows a thing or two about freedom. Like
People only
you're
hear
all
what they
idiots.
want.
You're all a bunch of idiots. I've been seeing people argue for big oil, for big pharma.
I wonder
you're
if
so
we'll
stupid.
see a massive shift in like the collective subconscious now that Twitter will not be so heavily liberalized by outside forces, which were Twitter itself.
Actually, it's
I
gonna
wonder
be
if it'll-
heavily liberalized. That's what it is. Now it's liberal.
Yeah, now it's
actually
actually
liberal.
liberal.
you know what?
Fugazi
Sorry,
liberal.
sorry. It was heavily neoliberalized.
Yeah.
over
Are
the
they
past-
is that what we're gonna
That's
call
the
them?
right word. They're neoliberals.
I don't like giving them
I
the
don't-
word liberals.
I mean,
they're not liberal.
They're not at all.
Or
but in the
liberal.
They're
liberal
fascists.
context-
Yeah, liberal
Anyways,
Nazis.
by,
liberal
you know what I'm
fascists.
trying to say.
Let's-
You get what I'm saying,
let's
right?
call them blue-haired fascists. That's what they are.
Yeah.
That's all they are. They're fascists.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because fascist has its own set of baggage, right? I want to get. I feel like we need a new word here.
But I don't want to give them liberal. They're not liberal at all.
They're not liberals.
They're
at
the
all.
most closed.
But anyways, my hope is
minded
that
fucking
now
people.
that because Twitter is a big part of how people get information.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that once the fucking whatever X you want to call it filter is pulled off of it and like free flow of information starts to happen, I'm hoping maybe in general people will get a little smarter because they won't be getting bad information.
What are you talking about? We are getting bad information all the time.
Look, it's your
Yeah, but they're only
responsibility-
getting bad
it's
information.
your responsibility as
No,
an
no,
adult
it's your
You have to go
responsibility as an
looking.
adult.
to
It's your
filter out
it's-
information.
And you can't cure stupid. Even a dumb person, if you tell a dumb person something that's correct, it doesn't mean a dumb person's going to understand.
COVID has had the same article trending in the COVID-19 tab. What did you put in your mouth? Halls?
Yeah, Halls.
Oh, you got COVID.
No, there's no call. We've been testing all week. I don't know.
Yeah, in the ass.
Yeah, he wants to be accurate.
For like, I guess since the pandemic started, as if it's breaking
He
news.
tells his wife, I'm testing your lunch.
Hey. Masks are a safe and effective way to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Have you seen this? It's always trending as if it's a new story. Like,
I haven't seen any of this.
Really? I'm
Yeah.
sure it's there right now if I check.
I
I'll
don't
check.
look at any COVID's news.
But as an adult, if you believe that there's,
I had some stats I sent him yesterday, which were the doctors talking about the.
I opened it. I wanted to listen. I'm like,
bro,
I was
it's
doing
gonna-
something
it's
though.
gonna piss
Fuck.
you off, but
Yeah.
anyway, yeah,
Well,
but it's stuff
tell
that we
me.
said
Tell
last
me,
year.
What is this? What is this?
No, it's okay. I'm not gonna.
But if you as an adult believe, bro, there's another 12 continents hiding behind the ice wall, behind the Antarctic
Yeah,
ice
that's
wall.
up to you, bro.
That's bro. That's your
on you. I
problem,
don't
buddy.
care.
Wait, is that a real
That's
thing?
your-
Yeah.
People believe that?
You didn't know
Yeah,
this?
that's part of the
There's
flat
apparently-
Earth theory.
Yeah, there's apparently another like 12 continents. That we don't
12. That's more than we have now.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is all a lie.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's all a ruse, Phil.
Guys, I know personally a flat earther.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Me too. I know many.
God, jeez.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't even want to talk about it. It's just so.
But Joy Diaz
Tell
said
me
it
about
best.
Oh my god, fuck it. I'll tell you after. I'll tell you who it is. Let me just go back, guys. I want to follow up on that story that we've been talking about last week and the week before about Bill 96 and that whole chaos happening in the National Assembly of Quebec, where the Liberals proposed amendments.
Still there, still live.
It's not even true.
Proposed an amendment to an article about the French language and imposing French courses to
And
the
then they
English
took it
student.
back.
And then they realized the mistake they made because they hadn't consulted. So they want to take it back. So all the parties were like, fuck off. Now it's too late. Well, today, the minister responsible for that bill.
Hold on. I gotta
Sorry,
start.
I
This
go-
is why.
sorry,
This
Brad,
is
we'll come back to that. Yeah.
Story
Toronto
that,
Star.
I couldn't even process it. When I was reading it.
Remaining unvaccinated increases the risk to the vaccinated, says U of T COVID study. That is the biggest, just a headline I already know is false.
Remaining
Not just that,
unvaccinated,
what
what
do
poses a risk
statistics
to the
what do
vaccinated?
statistics around the world give us? Who's most likely to die of COVID right now? It's the triple
The
vaccinated.
overly
Yeah.
vaccinated.
Yeah. So suck my dick, bro. Suck my dick with this. Now that's how I know that we've been bought and sold to big pharma and big
And my
oil.
new favorite one is your at-home rapid test is negative. You could still have COVID.
Yeah, my
Okay,
biggest
like,
regret
if
in
I can't
life
even
is
test
getting
for it and I'm
vaccinated.
not dying. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Anyway, back to the story. So this whole thing has been ongoing for like 2-3 weeks now, back and forth. The Liberal Party has gotten really embarrassed with this whole thing. Finally,
I'm sorry, George. What flavor is that? It's the most intense smell candy I've ever had. What is that?
I don't even know what it is.
It's like
mint.
turpentine.
Mint. Yeah.
Is it Fisherman's Friend?
No, it's
No,
not
it's a
little
Halls. But it's like my eyes are like.
You listen to this. So here's the dangerous part, right? So the Washington Post, Bezos,
Yeah.
who hates. Listen to this. So an article just came out. Elon Musk boosts criticism of Twitter executives, prompting online attacks, and they say that he's boosting the right wing. Okay, why? And this is funny. I was like, what tweet are they talking about? And then when I saw
Which
what
one is
tweet-
it?
So you remember the Twitter's lawyer? She was on Rogan once. She gaslit everyone when they were blocked. She was like, no, we didn't block anyone. She was lying on Rogan. Okay, the whole nation, like everyone who was on Twitter, was losing their shit because she was bullshitting on Rogan. That Indian lady, Vijay Gade, whatever. Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
so she apparently she met with all the employees 2 days ago and cried. He bought Twitter. This is a fucking lawyer. This is a lawyer of Twitter. Cried that "Hey, you're gonna be safe. Don't worry. This is the kind of world we live in. Anyways, does all that.
They think he's
Bro,
like the
what the-
worst
what the
fucking
fuck?
dictator or
because
something.
and then
That's-
listen to this.
Oh my
So he
God.
tweets because you remember Hunter Biden. Remember last year when they blocked everything? They said it's fake news.
Yeah.
But now we know it wasn't fake news.
No, it's real.
We know it wasn't fake news.
I mean,
So-
even mainstream outlets have covered it, but very quietly.
So he tweets, Vijay Gandhi, the top censorship advocate at Twitter, who famously gaslit the world on Joe Rogan's podcast and censored the Hunter Biden laptop story, is very upset about the Elon Musk takeover. Anyways, now they're claiming, this is what the Post is claiming, the Washington Post, that Musk getting part of that, retweeting all that, is part of the right-wing extremists because he's like, look at what he did. But everything in that tweet is accurate. She 100% gaslit everyone. She lied on Rogan. And the Hunter Biden laptop story was real.
Of course it was real.
And they suppressed it. So dude, this is crazy.
How many people you think are going to be out of a job?
I hope all of them.
You know, I've been
And
watching
I
these.
still have friends who work there, but
I've been
fuck
watching
'em.
these things online. It's like short little videos. I don't know if they're memes or whatever the fuck it is. And it's clips of Entourage where what's his face, the main guy there,
remember. I
the
never
agent
really watched.
Ari, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where he walks in a boardroom, and he's like, "All right, guys, let me make this fucking clear." Some guy goes, "Get the fuck out." You know what I mean? It's like, this is what Elon Musk should do. It's like, if this is not clear, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
And because
Well,
he-
he's privatizing the company,
and because
right?
he tweeted last night, they think that this was a promotion, like he attacked himself to promote Donald Trump. Because you know what he tweeted? He goes, because he tweeted a
I don't think
screenshot
I
of the
follow
App
him.
Store of the like the top stuff, and he goes, Truth Social, this is what Elon Musk says, is currently beating Twitter and TikTok on the Apple Store. And they go, oh, he tweeted that to promote Donald Trump. But he just bought Twitter. He's just trying to show you that right now you guys aren't doing well because there's 2 other apps ahead
I'ma
of you.
fix it.
I'm going to take him to... Bro,
They're so
the
stupid,
Washington
man.
Post is such garbage.
I like that he also
full-on propaganda.
Everyone's like, what does he mean by free speech? Blah blah blah, and he's like, in no uncertain terms, by free speech I mean that which maintains the law, matches the law.
Yeah.
I'm against censorship.
Yeah.
That goes far beyond the law.
Yeah,
Like, no uncertain terms.
American law, not the German law that we've been under for years. When I would get in trouble on Twitter, that's the message I would get. You violated German law.
Oh yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
I've never seen that.
Because you never get in trouble. Bunch of pussies. Yeah, they tell you that you violated German law. And in Twitter, they
Are you
say...
serious?
You didn't know this?
Is it
No.
registered? Is
I
it?
thought it always said community guidelines.
No. Go look. You violate... Yeah, you know why?
What
It's-
can I say to violate German laws?
Anything. Because German law, they have the most, like...
Honk for the Holocaust. Like something like that?
Yeah. They have the... German... Like, you can't talk
They're
about...
very
like,
strict
They're very
about what you
strict.
can say, yeah.
So that's why they use that as the basis. They go, there's less likely to offend people. But it's crazy that they go, I violate German law by telling a politician to go fuck himself. But ICE is saying, we got to behead Pantelis. They're like, oh no, that's within the guidelines.
he's
Like,
he's a minority. It's fine.
nonsense. Complete nonsense how they run their company.
And yeah, let's finish up with the other story in Quebec.
I don't have enough followers. No one bothers.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Jess mentioned in the chat that we can't
Yeah, I
change.
forgot about the
But
chat.
like Facebook, for example, they don't. Every time I put a link, so when I share a photo just on Facebook, I'll get all kinds of likes, shares, whatever. If I share a video, a link, or whatever, people won't see it. I'll get a like or 2 people because they don't want you leaving
leaving the
Facebook.
platform. Yeah.
So, like instead of
That
all
makes
the
sense.
all
That's
the
not
social,
new. That's when they first implemented video. I remember we used to share all our YouTube stuff on Facebook. Remember? And then
but
all of a sudden,
but they shouldn't do it for audio links. But any external link. Now it used to be
It's
videos.
annoying.
Now it's any external link they'll throttle, which is crazy because first of all you're supposed to build an ecosystem online with your account, social media, so you grow all your accounts.
Yeah.
They're stunting that. They stop it
they are
completely.
because they want you to pay to promote stuff. That's why Facebook has become a weird model. They got too big and then they got arrogant, and they're not as relevant as they think they are. That's why they bought Oculus. I was talking about it before. They bought all this other stuff in hopes that that'll save them. The only thing keeping them going right now
Is
is
all the
ad
people
revenue
all the people
from
that have ever
Facebook
been on there since 2007.
and Instagram and WhatsApp. Those are the things that are generating income.
Well, WhatsApp, I don't know how it generates income.
Data. They're mining your data.
Oh, they're selling data.
Yeah, they're selling data still.
I think there's caps to that, especially now that everyone has like the option to turn
I don't
sensors
use
on.
that much, man. You
What's
guys
that?
use WhatsApp, yeah?
Yeah,
I just
do
have a couple
actually.
group chats, and that's it.
Look, I prefer to use iMessage, but not everyone's on an iPhone. Like
Yeah.
if I message you and it goes green, ugh, I don't want to talk to you. Get the fuck out of here. I can't even send you a fucking reaction. Like with that group chat we have with him that's not on WhatsApp, where all his messages come through fucking twice.
yeah,
Have you noticed that?
Yeah, of course.
Did you get
Because
my
on a-
messages twice?
Yeah.
Every time. Only in that group. Because for some reason, your phone doesn't understand that we're in a group chat, and it just sends one to each iOS device.
Oh, really?
So we get everything twice, and
I
then
didn't know
George
that.
reacts to stuff, and then it sends me a text message to tell me that George is reacting to stuff instead of showing me the reaction.
That's not my fault.
No, because it is your fault because you're not on an iPhone.
How is your
You
phone?
broke
the
the
strange thing-
ecosystem.
but
How
it's-
is your phone
but
telling
it-
you that
but-
George sent you an emoji?
Because
How
he's
is
using
that
an
my
iOS
fault?
function, but
But
you
I
can't.
don't-
You
but
can't.
you know what's
So
weird
that'll be
though?
my fault. No, that'll be my problem.
But
Not
you
my
know,
fault.
what's weird though? It's not always. No, we don't
I've
always.
noticed that too. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel sometimes he gets excited. He just double clicks.
No, I don't.
Send from Twitter late at night when you send us these wacky shits.
Anyway, let's finish up with a story here in Quebec. So basically, the CAQ government, everyone thought that they're just going to close the door until the Liberals
No, send them all once.
deal with your problems. You fucked up and that's it.
Yeah,
So they went to the negotiating table. The minister, Simon Jolin Barrette, put some water in his wine. He's like, you know what? Okay, let's find a middle ground.
never
And
heard that
expression either.
water down your wine. No, okay. Anyway, so he came back and said, look, this is what we're going to do. This is the compromise. And instead of having 3 courses in French, that would obviously disadvantage a lot of these Anglophone students.
Weird, huh?
Instead of having that, they're going to impose 3 courses of French. So you're going to take 3 actual French courses, like to learn French. So instead of taking a math class in French where obviously you would fail because you've never done French, throughout your whole thing.
You don't know me.
You're just going to take beginner's course in French or, grammar course in French. And so it's going to be something like that. So at least 3 courses of French in order to pass, which I think is okay. It's fine. So there you go. So the problem is resolved. I mean, I don't know what that will mean. I don't know if
Is the problem resolved?
I'm saying for the
far as he's concerned.
I'm saying for the bill, because I mean that's where they were blocking
I'm
on the
just
article.
a bill
on
on
Capitol
Capitol
Hill.
Hill.
The
Remember the bill?
No. The,
Really?
No.
On
Who are
Saturday
you?
Sunday morning?
I don't
Saturday
watch
morning.
that. Oh, what?
Saturday morning cartoon. It was
Schoolhouse
right after
Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock. Right after Saturday morning cartoons
No.
would finish, you'd get all these like educational about how America is free videos.
It's
and
amazing.
Cartoons, yeah.
No.
By the way, speaking of Capitol Hill, sorry to interrupt. Did you guys see the footage of where it's at the entrance of the building and
What
the
building?
police, the one where the insurgents quote unquote happened?
Insurgents.
Yeah, they're calling it.
You mean the insurrection?
Insurrection. Sorry. The cops just let them in. The security camera footage came
We
out.
jumped topics
I know, but
because
we-
he heard Capital.
Yeah,
But
that's-
hold on a
that's
second.
old news.
Yeah, they were saying that last year. It was blocked. They
Yeah.
blocked on Twitter, but they were saying that last year, and they go, "That's fake news." I already knew that. It
Yeah,
was
but the
real.
footage
There
finally
was so
came
many
out, I
people
mean.
there with their cell phones recording live. There was people record. Bro, Alex Jones. There's videos of Alex Jones telling people like, "Whoa, don't listen to this. Those guys are agents telling you to go in. Don't walk in there." Bro, Alex Jones. There's videos of Alex Jones telling people,
Where
"Don't
did I
go in
read
there. It's
somewhere
a trap."
that he's filing for bankruptcy?
Yeah. He's not, if this guy's he's pulling a 50 cent, bro. He's like, "You're not gonna take my money. Fuck you."
Good for him, bro.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make fun of him, but that's the smartest thing he's done in years.
Yeah,
He's like, "Oh, you want my money? Take my dick."
Yeah, he's pulling a 50 move.
Yeah.
50 did it very soon. He loaned. Anyways,
Yeah, no. You have to be smart, dude. Without you can't just give away all your money. You gotta be smart.
Last week, our friend Balarama Holness.
Okay, I don't know why you hate this guy
I don't hate him. I don't hate him at all.
didn't he agree to a boxing match?
against you.
No, what did he say?
He was in a.
Yeah, he said, "I will fight you, George."
No problem. I think
these
he can kick my ass. He's very fit. But for those who don't know who Balarama Holness is the guy that created the third party for the municipal elections, split the vote with Denis Coderre and had Valérie Plante reelected. Well, he's taking his chances at the provincial level now. So the upcoming elections in October, he took Mouvement Montreal, which was his municipal party, and he made a provincial equivalent called Mouvement Quebec, and he's going to be running at the next provincial elections. His goal is to focus on the Anglophone ridings in the west of Montreal to see if he can get a couple people in. I don't think he will, but at the same time, he's definitely splitting the Liberal vote by doing so. This is what I never understood. You don't agree with François Legault's policies, and the answer that you have to that, to counter that, is to create your own party that will further divide the vote of the main opposition and keep
Him in
the
power.
same party in government that you don't like. Anyway.
Sounds about politically right.
Yeah, so that's what he's doing. He's mobilizing. He's big on social media. He's collecting members. Of the party hasn't yet been recognized by Elections Quebec, so it's a pretty long. Well, it's not a long process, but there is a process that he needs to follow. And while this is happening, 1 week later, so yesterday or this morning, there's another person. Initially, what's his name? Colin Standish. This is a guy from the Eastern Townships. This is the initial guy that I had heard that he was going to create a third party. And then Balarama Holness came out of nowhere, out of the woodwork. And I thought, okay, well, that's it. I mean, there's another party. But no, this guy is keeping to his promise. And there's going to be another Anglo party created in the next election. So all this to tell you guys that the Anglophone vote is going to
split against.
Oh my goodness! Like they're gonna, So, anyways, I don't know what's gonna happen. So now Balarama Holness came out attacking this guy. He's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I guarantee you, Legault is looking around. He's like, "Fuck,
Oh, he's
politics
laughing.
is easy."
He's laughing. He's laughing his fucking balls off.
I locked everyone down, took away their rights,
but
a
here's the
curfew.
thing.
I'm still gonna win. He goes, "This is
But,
amazing."
but here's the thing about Balarama Holness, and again, I don't hate him. I just don't understand what he wants to do. And the same way that when he was running municipally,
He wants
he
to be
had
an MMA
merged.
fighter.
Remember,
I
there was a fourth party, a smaller party, and they had merged with Balarama Holness. And then at the end, he told him,
Are
"Fuck
you
off."
saying that that's where he got the wholeness part of his name? He became whole.
So no, but they merged. They got they created kind of like a
Super party.
like a super party, whatever. And then at the end, they got into a fight, and the other guy said, "Look, I'm stepping down. Fuck it.
You should start a band, Ballo and the Ramas.
Yeah, we're not agreeing on so many terms," and he stepped down. So And I have a feeling this is what happened with this guy, the Colin Standish guy. Because initially the rumor that I heard was that this
What a
guy,
weird name, Colin Standish.
yeah, he's from the Eastern Township.
I'm mostly squatting.
So the rumor I heard, like behind the scenes, was that this Colin guy had
I'm not
approached.
sitting, but I'm not standing either.
He initially had approached Balarama to create an alternative to the Liberal Party. And he was supposed to be the leader. And when I heard Balarama Wholeness was creating a party, I'm like, what a fucker. He fucked everyone again. Like, this is what's going to happen. And that's what happened. And this guy finally continued. So these guys are at each other's throats. Immediately, as soon as this guy created the party, the first guy to comment on it was Balarama Wholeness. And you know that there was some history there.
But Balarama Wholeness, that's a bitch move on his part. I always hated people like that. Look,
you're allowed to create a party. If you want to
You're
create
allowed
a party. But what do you stand for?
it
Because
doesn't matter what they stand for. He has
Wholeness.
Wholeness created his party, right? So why is another guy allowed to create his party? I hate people like that. Yo, you're not allowed. I created a party too. Yeah, okay, so did I, bro. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. By the way,
What do you think? Balarama has the monopoly on parties.
You know what I love? No matter what we're talking about, no matter what the scale or the scope of it is, somehow he has the ability. It's like an innate ability to distill it down to street logic.
Yeah, very simple.
Like hood logic, right? Like, bro, I could do what I want. You sell on your corner, I sell on mine.
But it's true. It's true. That's where
Like,
comedy comes from.
But is that what it is?
Yeah, you're able to break it down, or else nobody would understand. Because
But
if
I'm
you
not saying
can't
you're
take
breaking it down to its simplest elements. You're
It is.
breaking
It's
it
very
down to
simple.
like
It's-
schoolyard logic.
Yeah, but that's the simplest element. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I thought I was a hero because I started a new party. He started a new party too. Fuck that guy. I'm the party guy. I'm the one who starts parties. Bro, suck a dick. Like anybody could do anything. Fuck off.
That's
bro.
true.
I hate these gatekeepers.
by
Fuck
the way,
you.
Balarama Wholeness challenged.
You can't have a podcast. I have a podcast.
I have a podcast too.
Yeah,
It's
you're not
fair.
allowed. I have a podcast.
I want to have a podcast.
It's fucking
I'm
crazy.
telling the teacher.
Yeah.
Who's the teacher in this scenario?
By the way, this
no
guy
teacher.
challenged.
Yeah, it is. It's the
school's-
whip.
the school's on
It's
fire.
the whip.
He challenged the Sunwing party flight guy to an MMA fight to shut him up.
oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember
this
that.
This is a real story. This happened.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
I
real.
think Balarama can kick his ass.
I think so too.
Who cares
To be honest.
whether he can or can't?
Anyways,
Bro, the absurdity
Balarama's
of
gonna
this.
anyways.
Well, you don't think Balarama
Anyways.
can beat up
Let me-
a
let me,
fucking
Beat that
spoiled
guy,
rich
but
kid?
you know what happens to guys like
Oh
him?
yeah.
He's
yeah.
gonna write a check soon that his ass can't cash.
But we don't really know anything about him on a personal level. Do
we know a bit.
Maybe he's from the streets and he can fight.
We know a bit. I
Where's
trust
he
me.
from? Where'd he grow up? Montreal? No.
Sudwest, I think.
Sudwest? No, that guy's taking a beating.
Yeah, bro.
He was fucking giving rich, like hipster
Is it
Jewish guys hand
Sudwest or
jobs down there.
Oshlagamis or I don't know.
That's a bit of a
Have you
reach
been down there?
around.
Hey.
Look, I don't know what he's been doing. I don't know what he's been doing. The guy, I'm not gonna make up lies. What I will say is from what George has given me, like the information George gave me today,
Which
the guy's
is
a bitch.
highly unreliable in general.
No, he's the first guy to comment or whatever. Why are you starting a party? That's a bitch move.
It is a bitch
That's
move.
a bitch
I agree
move.
with that, yeah.
Look, I don't know what I
I
heard.
just don't understand why you hate him so much on a personal level.
I don't get that
I
either.
don't hate the guy.
It's weird. It's like
I-
Actually, now I get
Does
it.
he know about the feud?
There's no feud.
It's one-sided.
Sure.
But now I get it, though. After what you just told me, I don't like
I
him
just
either.
don't
It's like
understand his
a-
motives, and I get that you're ambitious and that you want
Okay,
to
George, don't shout.
run
Relax.
into politics and do that sort of thing, and you're allowed to do whatever you want. It's just that I don't understand what you want. Your argument is that we need to protect the Anglos, and the Liberals from their side, they're saying, well, that's what we're doing. We voted against Bill 21.
not really
We're
what
voting
they're doing.
against Bill 96. So everything that, but
Another
again, the
problem I have.
Liberals,
That's why Quebec can't even separate. That's why Quebec can't be happy. Because you have politicians saying we have to protect the French or we have to protect the Anglos. No, you have to protect
All of
Quebec.
us.
You have to
Yeah.
protect Quebecers.
I
And
thought you were gonna
but
say something else.
This is why we're doomed. We have all the natural resources. We have the culture. We have everything, but we have the worst politicians on the fucking planet. So we're always gonna eat a dick.
guys, interesting. Oh, I'm just
And
going to.
even if Quebec separates, apparently there's something that if Quebec does
A lot of the
decide to
resources
separate,
belong to Canada.
Yeah, they're gonna fuck us.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
But
only,
separation isn't even the answer now. It's better politicians. If you had good, competent politicians,
Yeah.
we're supposed to be the dominant province of fuck just Canada, the entire fucking Northeast. We're the ones supplying people with electricity. We're supposed to be
It's
the main
all-
place.
it's been
but
what?
There's such gypsies. We always elect gypsies.
It's
Yeah.
been
It's a
half
bunch of
century.
villagers.
It's been
Yeah.
what, a century of fucking divisive politics,
Yeah.
right? Like the other day, I got on a call. I mean, I never spoken to the person before, and I answered, and she spoke to me in French, but I didn't process because she just said "allo." Like I wasn't sure if it was English or French. So I spoke in English for a bit. She struggled, like she really
So you
struggled.
switched to French.
So I switched to French. She was like, "You speak French also?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Of course.
Like, she was so mind blown, and I asked her, "I'm like, where do you like? Are you from Montreal?" She was like, "A CSR, right? Like helping me with something." And she's like, "No," and she told me some region that she lives in. I was
Oh,
like,
that's why.
I was like, "Yeah, I mean, most Anglos also speak French. Not everyone, but most of us are at least bilingual." She's like, "I did not know that." Like she was like blown away. I'm like, "Do you
Yeah,
speak-"
everyone in this province.
She's like,
should be
"I'm bilingual too." I'm like,
100%.
But everyone in this province should be
But
bilingual.
I believe
I think
in
all
the
of
more,
us should speak as many languages as possibly
yeah,
possible.
I believe
Possibly
I'm a
possible.
believer of the more languages you speak, the better.
Bro, anyways,
Absolutely.
we're not gonna get into this, but there's no, because culture dominates, right? Influence.
Mm-hmm.
The dominant culture in the Northeast and especially in Canada should have been the culture. It should have been people should strive to be like Quebec, right? But we fucked it up. And this should have been the dominant culture. And I have a strong theory that smart politicians and they're aware of that because they're not stupid. They get it. They're
of
like,
course they're
this
aware of
place,
that,
yeah, they have
yeah.
the strong. They have this. That's why they do everything in their power to brush us aside, to make.
I mean, if we were one immovable force as one junta,
Yeah.
if you will, do you think politicians would be fucking stealing?
No, but they do, they treat. We literally elect the best villager every fucking couple of years to run. Basically, this is a Lamborghini.
I mean, that's a great
This
analogy.
is a Lamborghini that's being driven by a tractor farmer. That's what we have. Quebec is a Lamborghini, but it's being driven by a tractor farmer
farmers too
on the
advanced.
fields
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
only need a tractor. Like it's the dumbest fucking thing. I look, I go, this is absurd. You could
Not
give
a bad metaphor.
yeah, we could give Quebec could find some kind of I don't know. They start mining and they find like the rarest metal on the planet. We're never gonna become.
Vibranium. Can you imagine?
We're never gonna become as let's say self-sufficient as Saudi Arabia. Use that money and build everything up. Never. We're gonna have some fucking idiot to come in and be like, well, I don't think this new metal speaks French properly. So yeah, like they're gonna find a way to indoctrinate people and fuck it up for us. Yeah.
I came across an article in Newsweek, which is really crazy, and it's obviously in relation to what's happening in Ukraine. There's a bunch of Russian oligarchs that have been found
All right.
dead.
Oh.
Yeah,
I said all right when I heard Russian oligarchs, by the way, not after their deaths.
yeah. These were
I meant alt-right.
these were
The
top.
deaths was just a
these were
accident.
top of the chain guys that were very close to Putin that are being discovered dead. And Newsweek.
Oh, Putin went full commie. We used to be
So-
friends.
Yeah. So there's a list of all these Russian oligarchs that are showing up dead now, and most of them are with their families. Like they're killing them, their wives, and their kids.
Oligarchs, more like oligarchs.
Sergei Protosenya, he was
The first of the Senyas.
Yeah, Protestants.
top manager Russia's energy giant Novatek, found together with.
So I have a question.
With his wife and daughter Tuesday. Then
It's a good name, Tuesday.
Vladislav
My fucking chair's so
Avayev,
squeaky.
former vice president of Gazprom Bank.
I have a question
found
before.
dead.
You don't have to list them all out.
Yeah,
There's a series of
Two
them.
questions.
Pregnant bank.
Does this benefit Putin in any way? Was it Putin who assassinated him, or was this top secret Ukrainian and Western agents that are killing them off because they're
Or did
too
they
influential?
fuck Putin and he just got mad and he just killed them?
That was my first question. That's
you
what I
s-
said.
no,
I
did-
said, was it Putin, or is it the West?
Oh, I thought you meant did he kill them for a reason, like to silence them? I just mean like
No, I
what
mean,
if he
is
just
it
got
Putin?
mad and did it?
It
Yeah,
doesn't-
okay.
well, that's
same
the
thing,
reason.
Same thing, yeah.
So is it Putin killing his own dudes, or is it the West trying to strip
I
away his
don't know.
power?
I don't know the reason. Obviously, we'll never find out the reason. But
We will.
Basically the article states that is Putin's close circle, like all the people funding him and all that stuff, kind of going different direction, right? Are they standing up to Putin and saying, "Look, dude, what the
Well,
fuck
they're
are you
laying
doing?"
down, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, they're not really going anywhere.
Yeah. That's a weird stance to take.
So
odd, right?
so that's the whole theory. It's like, okay, is this close circle? Is he eliminating the close circle because they stood up against him? They stood up to him. Obviously, we
I don't know.
know.
It sounds like Western shit. It sounds like we sent in the Marines or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like fucking born identity
CIA.
stuff.
Navy
Yeah.
SEALs.
I wouldn't be
Navy
surprised.
SEALs no, because it's not on an island. Like this is in the city, so it'd be like the CIA. People would notice Navy SEAls rushing in and killing them. This has to be covert. This has to be like the.
No, but isn't Navy SEAls like a top tier?
Yeah, if you're going into a war zone,
Yeah,
you
if you're
can't
going
send
to a
Navy
war zone, you
SEAls
can't send
into
Navy in
downtown fucking
Moscow, yeah.
Moscow. I mean, you
Oh,
could, but
okay,
you
okay,
shouldn't.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
you're right.
would-
That
they
would
would-
cause
they-
an international incident, bro.
Like fucking Jack Reacher, not Jack Reacher. The one with
Jason Bourne.
Krasinski. No, not Jason Bourne.
Oh, that one, the 52 men or 54, whatever it's called.
No,
The one in
fucking
Afghanistan?
John Clancy books, man.
Oh, okay.
Tom Clancy.
Yeah, you're
Tom
right.
Clancy,
Navy
Tom
SEALs
Clancy.
is Warzone.
I can't remember.
Yeah. No. So yeah.
Jack
some-
Ryan.
So it might be like some CIA shit like that.
Yo.
Or it could just be
The movie sucks. The
Putin's
series
mad
is
at
great
him.
on
Did you
Amazon
see that?
Prime.
Apparently, his health isn't doing too well.
Who?
Bro, I don't know.
They've been
Who
saying that
told
from
you
the very beginning.
Who told you that?
The articles. I don't believe
the
anything,
articles
though.
that also said that Biden is at the top of his intellect. Yeah, the same articles, bro.
But speaking of gas in like Russian gas, there's an article that came out that there are fears that Russia may cut the gas to Poland and Bulgaria because of their support to Ukraine.
Can I just say something?
Everyone is panicking because
I want to say
especially
one, bro, before, because I don't want you to move from that. Let's give credit where credit is due. That's surprising. The fact that Putin is such a hothead, and even though Poland visibly, in front of everyone, said, fuck you, pull the finger, and they're taking a stance which is against Russia, they still haven't cut the gas. That to me is like, what the I don't understand. Like, sometimes I don't understand this guy.
But it's
Like, he seems like the type of guy that the second someone pulled a finger, he'd be like, no gas for you. So the fact that he's like, fuck me. All right, you're allowed to tell me to go fuck. It's like, what?
well, dude,
Who are these people?
Yeah, look, but at the same time, they also need the money. The problem, because when you read the article, you understand that it's not really because they supported Ukraine. It's because, and this is in the BBC, these countries they prepay the gas to Russia, but
So they already paid.
they're already paid. But
It's
the
like,
problem
wait,
is
okay.
now Russia says, listen, if you want gas, you're gonna have to pay in rubles, right?
Oh, I like that.
Because I think from all the sanctions, all that stuff, you can't really transfer funds anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been taken out of the IBAN system or whatever it's called.
So they're like, no, you're gonna pay us. So the other countries are like, fuck that shit. I already paid you. Give me my energy. So there's like, it's gonna. I don't think at this point any legal thing would matter. I mean, they're in the middle of a war.
Look, if they get to Poland, it's alarming.
No, they're not gonna get to Poland.
Oh, fuck. He listens to 3 words and makes up
They're
his
not going
can't.
into
I was
Poland.
having a
They're
text
cutting.
conversation and I was able to follow that.
They're cutting the gas to
bro.
Poland.
That right now, that face makes me ill. Physically ill. The face that he's making, bro,
like he's
physically
drunk.
ill. Yeah.
Can I just ask you a random off-topic question, Poseidon? Is that shirt itchy?
No.
It
looks
so
itchy,
itchy.
but it looks
no,
nice.
Because
Not
like when
at
I'm
all.
looking at here, your hand's up against the black wall, right? So I'm seeing all these little hairs coming off the
Yeah,
shirt.
it looks like you shaved the goat and your mom fucking knitted that shirt.
I do really like the wife beater under that I can see.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it was gonna be itchy as well, but it's actually incredibly comfortable.
It's very Le Chateau 2004. I have to say it's vintage.
I like it.
Fuck, what's the material?
Cashmere.
Cotton.
Yeah, I think it's
Whoa.
cashmere.
There's no way that's cashmere. I gotta go check.
Oh no, actually no, it's not cashmere. I'm sorry.
Can you read
It
behind your
would,
head?
it would have been way more expensive.
It's a chainmail.
It's fucking child mirror. It's
Can you check
really?
if you don't mind? I'd appreciate it.
No, don't. He's spreading misinfo. Russia's not taking over Poland. That's
No, they're
No, I was
cutting
just
power
fucking
sales.
around, bro.
You weren't fucking around. You misheard everything.
He heard
Misinformation
I just said
morning
stop,
show.
he's a
Hitler.
he heard bits and parts like Poland, Russia,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
shit. Oh, they're going into
No,
Poland.
the reason why I said that was because when Hitler invaded Poland, that was.
I know, but
Yeah, we
that
know why you
reference
said
doesn't
it.
make sense because you
I know,
can't
I
just
know,
throw it
I
in
know.
everywhere. It doesn't because then I could just say that I'm going vacation to
Anyway,
Poland.
both-
You're
both-
gonna take it over like Hitler. You sound like a retard.
And it's both
but
these
that's 'cause
countries, both these countries' energy ministers and foreign affairs ministers have been saying that they've been foreseeing this, or they wanted to make a move not to be totally dependent on Russia gas and oil, whatever. So they've been.
Don't
Are you
distract.
showing
I
me
want
something?
to. No. I
Okay.
just put it down and I'm laughing. I'm not showing you. I want to show him, but I'm waiting for you to finish.
So they've been saying that they've been working on other ways of getting gas to the countries. I don't know if they've managed to do that.
So hold on. So they prepay, but any future payments have to be in rubles. Is that what it is?
Well, Russia now says, look, we want money, but they're like, we've already paid you. You've accepted payment, so
Yeah.
why would I have to repay you in rubles or whatever? I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe for the next term, but for this term, I paid you.
But did Russia ever get that money? That's what I don't
Yeah, they
understand.
repaid
They're
No,
prepaid.
I
they're
understand that
prepaid.
they paid, but did
They
the
prepaid.
transaction?
He said
Yeah,
they
I
prepaid.
understand they
Maybe they
prepaid.
prepaid before the war started. I don't know.
Yeah, but so
Because
so
the article that I'm reading
here's my
says that they've
question.
already paid until the end of April.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty clear as an answer.
Yeah, but
Anyway.
now, yeah. Okay, so if they want more after April, they're gonna have to pay different price.
Speaking of invasions, though, Moldova has been sounding the alarm
You gotta get
because
a white shirt for that.
Moldova has been sounding the alarm because there was some explosions that happened, and they think that it's coming from Russia, and they're
It was
panicking.
clearly people attacking Dracula's castle.
Yeah, but let's be honest. That's what people are not talking about. So there's a war happening, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping the Ukraine special forces or the American special forces from going in and dropping some targets in Russia.
But they've done it
Because
already.
it's a war. That's what I'm saying. It's a war, bro. It's gonna happen.
No, but
I don't know.
Ukraine-
I don't know how Russia did not expect that to happen.
But I think I told you, the Ukraine has already targeted, has attacked targets in Russia.
I didn't know that, but I believe it. That makes sense
they
to me.
attacked the gas. What was the name of it? It was a massive power plant, like 10 miles inside the Russian border.
That's what happens, bro. You fuck around. It's a war.
It's surprising how developed such a small country's military is, right?
No,
Guys,
What's small country?
It's not.
Which one of these two countries is
Ukraine.
small?
Ukraine isn't small. Ukraine is gigantic.
Are you insane?
It's gigantic. Ukraine is huge. And
Phil, have you looked at
The
the?
Ukraine is not a huge economy. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
now you're shifting it to an economy.
I don't mean in
but,
scale,
But even
like-
an economy, yeah, it's the world's leader in wheat and
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they have
Absolutely.
a lot of weapons.
yeah, a lot of
I
weapons.
thought we were the
Yeah,
world's
yeah.
leader.
Look,
of
I've been
wheat.
Haven't you watched
listening.
Lord of War, bro?
I've been listening.
Yeah, like 10 years ago.
I've been listening lately to Peter Mansbridge's podcast, and he has a former journalist who was a foreign correspondent, and he specializes in conflict and all that stuff. And he was saying from the very beginning that don't underestimate Ukraine. Ukraine, up until 2014-15, was number 4 in arms exports in the world. And the only reason they don't appear now in the rankings is because since 2014 they have been selling weapons. They've been keeping it because of the invasion of Crimea. So people have been really surprised.
Ukraine is not a big player, but it's,
a big
not true, right? I'm wrong.
It's also one of the most, and this is coming from a guy in Canada, and this is, they have rankings of corrupt nation. It's one of the most corrupt
that I
places
knew,
on the
and
planet.
that doesn't surprise me at all.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
I mean, we had
God
spoken
damn, I didn't know that.
in
If it wasn't for that, it probably wouldn't be at war right now.
early episodes of the morning show. We talk about like the corruption in Ukraine. I had gone back and found it where we're talking about the Zelensky and this new guy.
Oh,
and
bro,
he's
it's super
saying he's gonna
corrupt.
clean it up, but nothing's happening.
Yeah.
I saw this.
It's like Greece on steroids. Like even it makes Greece look like it's not corrupt. Yeah.
with
No.
wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of dumbasses,
Hey.
there was a video that
Easier.
that was circulating
Doing the rounds, George.
on Twitter. I saw where Turkish Foreign Affairs Minister
Oh, I know what you're gonna talk about. The Grey Wolves.
Mevlut Çavuşoğlu, whatever his name is.
a name.
He was in
That's quite a name.
he was in Uruguay, I think, to inaugurate a new embassy or something like that, and they planned the inauguration of the Turkish embassy on the day that the Armenians were commemorating their genocide, on the exact day. So obviously, knowing that the Turkish Foreign Affairs Minister would be at this new location inaugurating the embassy, you had all the the Armenian community over there that went and demonstrated. The guy comes out, and there's a video showing him leaving with his convoy.
Drops the window.
Drops the window and does the sign of the Grey Wolves, right? Which
Explain the Grey Wolves to
the Grey Wolves is like an extremist, kind of fascist Turkish organization.
That's for genocide, for killing Greeks, for killing Armenians.
Some have categorized it as a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
They're an ultra right wing in terms of like they're fascist, right? They're a fascist
Fascist
party,
is
but
left.
everyone calls it an ultra right wing, but they're not.
Fascist is left.
I know that's what I'm saying, but they're categorized. I was reading about it the other day.
Really, as far as I understood, like the way it's described to me and the way I learned,
They're a militant, super nationalist organization.
militant, like
Kind of
they're
like the equivalent of the Golden
Nazis.
Dawn times fucking.
It's politically they're completely
They're like the
different aligned.
Turkish KKK on steroids.
Yeah, but they're more aligned to what how the Nazi party and the fascist
Yes,
party in Italy was in
absolutely.
World War II. So to me, they're extreme leftists.
They are leftists, but they don't get categorized.
They're an
as such.
extremist.
I was
They're
trying
an
to make that
extremist.
But
distinction.
the way
Whatever.
I explain to
They
people
are nationalists,
is it's
though.
not a line. People think it's a line. I keep saying politics is a circle because them
Oh, the
and
extremes
the extreme
meet up, of
right,
course.
yeah, they're literally. I think they're like one issue different. It's the same fucking thing. There's like a hole where they meet. And
What's
they're
very
jerking
clear
each
about
other
them
off.
is
They're
that they're a
neo-fascists.
nationalist
It's saying
movement.
on Wikipedia, bro. They have a symbol.
Yeah, they're
like-
neo-fascists.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah.
The Great Wolf symbol.
Wait, that's the
nobody
Too
can see
Sweet
it.
symbol, bro.
It's
They
similar
stole it
to
from
that.
the NWO, bro. The guy's out there. He's waiting for his fucking
Maybe that's what he was doing,
Kevin
WWO.
Nash to tap him.
Yeah.
He's just a
NWO.
wrestling fan.
Apparently, they have links to NATO, huh?
Of course.
Yeah.
Every shitty organization has links to NATO.
Anyway, so here's the thing that kind of shocks me. There is no other world leader that denounces this other than Uruguay's government says, what the fuck are you doing in my country? What are you doing with Nazi symbols?
Good for Uruguay.
Yeah.
Good for them. But no one else even bothered.
What about Greece?
Nothing. Not even Greece.
His
Armenia?
friend Mitsotaki's a pussy.
Well, the people that were posting it were mostly Armenians that were
government of
present.
Armenia.
I didn't check. I should have checked.
What
but
about
they-
the government
they
of
probably-
Nagorno-Karabakh?
So for those that want kind of to understand
And
better.
mean.
Imagine
And you.
No, but imagine now the German foreign affairs minister going somewhere
visit
and
Israel. No.
doing
No.
the Nazi salute
In Israel.
when Jews
not
are
in Israel, you
commemorating
have to do it. Like he comes to Canada and the Jews are commemorating the
the
Holocaust, and he's
Holocaust.
just
Yeah,
like,
and,
yo.
then he does the Nazi
Merkel's
salute.
just giving Nazi salutes, and then everyone's okay with it.
That would never stand.
No, she
Never.
sits often. Yeah.
So
The
I
Cangalarias.
just don't understand
It's
the
pretty
pass
fucking
that these
crazy.
countries give to these fuckers, man.
I think most people are blissfully unaware of even the existence of the
No, but now
rewards.
they're informed of it, and they're like, "You want to denounce this?" And like,
if,
no.
if that was
Like, why did you announce it?
what blows my mind is that entire protest didn't swarm the car and murder him. He's lucky.
But it was surrounded also by pro-Turkish because I see the video that you see. There's a lot of people around and laughing and clapping.
Yeah,
so you know
yeah.
that there were probably counter demonstrators there.
Counter-demonstrate, yeah.
People who were just pissed off about the price of countertops.
The argument of the counter protesters, the Armenian genocide, is lunatic shit. If you ever hear it,
Yo.
it's have you ever heard this? It's not. You ever seen where they have the signs? So the Armenians normally they're like, "Yo, genocide. This is you have to acknowledge it. It's bad what happened." And then the guys who counter them, they go, "You deserved it." It's like that's not a counter argument. You're confirming that there was a genocide.
exactly.
So I was down a deep dark hole on Quora the other day, reading articles.
What is it? Quora?
Quora. I mean, it's like a
So
academic
the
Reddit.
Muslims pray to it. It's their holy book.
The Quora. Yeah. So I was on Quora, and I was reading about people's responses to questions about the Armenian genocide and the Pontic genocide, and all that happened in the 20s there.
Assyrians and
The Syrians and all that. And there was so many Turkish people who
called it out.
Not called it out, who were like, "You guys have been brainwashed. This never happened." I was like,
What?
but they weren't like aggressive about it. They're like, "It's sad that you believe this, but we learn in school." I'm like, "No,
Yeah,
that's
you're
not
being
what-
brainwashed in school.
That's not what
But did you
happened."
see-
Oh, that's interesting because I read the opposite.
Yeah,
I
there's
read
a-
that at the time that it was happening, there were a lot of prominent Turkish people.
Then.
No,
that called it
But
out.
here's the
now.
thing. But here's the
Yeah.
thing. Now there's a what's the documentary called? Oh my god, I'm gonna find it. This is a good documentary.
What's it about?
Greece and Turkey. And they have these Turkish scholars. I remember watching it.
The 11th day. No, that's the Nazi one. Sorry.
No, the 11th day is the Nazi
That's a
one.
good movie.
This was so good because you have the scholar. He goes, just so you're all aware, it's not like a plot to it's not people trying to be mean. He goes, we're literally taught in school, this, and this, which I know being
not true,
educated
yeah.
is not true.
Yeah.
When I bring it up, or when prominent scholars like me politically bring it up, we go, guys, we have to acknowledge this and this and this. We get thrown in jail. We get this. He goes, it is a total like totalitarian regime. He goes under Erdogan. He goes, we can't say the truth. He goes, anytime the truth deviates from his myth
narrative.
of Turkish creation,
The
like he has a
national myth.
Yeah, he goes.
That's what it's called.
We get we get fired. We get put in jail. He goes, it's completely insane. And he was talking about also the fake coup, like why that was set up. So the fake coup in Turkey, the
he
reason
could
why
call
was
people out.
yeah, that's what he did. Yeah, sure. The fake coup, the reason why it happened, in case people don't, you guys remember there was a coup d'état in Turkey.
Yeah.
It was a fake one. That's why
What,
no
4
one.
years ago?
Yeah, that,
more.
that's why they didn't shoot him
2013,
down.
14, something. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
been
why
a while.
nothing really happened. What they did was it was fake because he did it for two reasons. One, all the people that were against him came out at that point. In the military, there was a lot of lead, whatever.
Yeah.
So he was able to cut them down.
People raised their hand, basically.
People raised their hand like, nice, we're against him. And he did the same thing. He used that as a precedent, an excuse, kind of like what Trudeau did with the excuse to ban everyone's, to account and the Freedom Convoy and all that shit, how it went global. He did the same thing for teachers, reporters, anyone that was against him. He threw them all in jail. He goes, oh, it's state of emergency, guys. There was a coup.
Yeah.
And he threw all his opposition in jail.
What movie is this? I want to watch this.
There's elections.
documentary.
There's elections in Turkey
Hold on,
next
is it,
year.
Is it Attila 74, The Rape of Cyprus?
Also a good movie, but that's
I've
not
never
it.
heard of
It
that.
had-
Oh, no.
You've never seen Attila 74?
The
Oh,
Rape
man.
of Cyprus.
Is that
The
on,
Rape
is
of
that on
Cyprus?
Holy
Netflix?
shit.
By the
No,
way,
I
there's
remember when this came out, there was a massive campaign in Montreal for the premiere. I had gone to see it at Cinema du Parc like 12 years ago.
By the way, there's
It
a
is
movie.
such a fucking
There's a movie called
gut-wrenching
Golden
movie.
Dawn Girls.
Yeah, I've seen that too. It's
Bro,
super interesting.
It's
about Golden Dawn?
It's a hand.
It's about the women of the Golden
yeah,
Dawn
it's a
and what they do.
handgun and a blow dryer like this.
Yeah.
No
And
way.
it makes a Greek key. Yeah.
Super interesting. Super interesting. How they support like their
Look.
man.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
making a Greek key a bit.
Detocracy is a great fucking movie.
These are documentaries.
It
that I
explains
pulled
the
up. I don't
rape
know.
of
You guys
Greece.
watch these things. Is that on Netflix or?
I used
where
to
can we
watch
see
them on the 11th day.
I have
Also
King
great.
Otto, by the way. I have King Otto
You
on
have it?
DVD. Yeah.
I want to see it. It's good. DVD.
What was the
I don't have a DVD
what was
player
the what was the documentary about?
I can't help you if you're gay.
What?
Yeah,
No,
nobody has a DVD player, but I have an external one.
But what was?
But I play it on my PS5.
About scholars, Turkish scholars coming out and saying
What was
that
the movie about? Like, what was the doc about?
Soccer. It was about the Euro 2000.
Not King Otto.
No, the Turkish one.
I hate you. You knew what I was asking.
No.
You fuck. No, is King Otto awesome?
It's okay. Yeah, it's good.
It's okay only?
It's
Okay.
fun.
Have you seen Cliffs of Freedom? That looks terrible.
No.
I want to watch
Fuck,
it.
bro. I'm trying to think
It
right
looks
now.
so
I'm
bad.
trying to think right now of what the fuck it's called because you could find it easily because I think I
But
watched
what's
it.
the overall topic? What are they covering?
It was just talking
That
about.
Turks are brainwashed to think.
You
No,
never
that's
saw
not
the
the overall
movie, right?
topic.
Well,
That's
from
just
what
one
he said.
guy. No, that's
from
just.
what I understood.
That's
I mean,
one interview.
That's the one interview.
So what's
bro.
the overall?
The overall topic was just that whole region, like the instability in the region and what happened to Cyprus, to Greece, and all, and what's
interesting.
continue.
I'd love
And-
to watch that.
Yeah, but the only thing it doesn't talk about, which pisses me off, is it never talks about like the Macedonian issue and shit like that. It just talks about like
It's
the
talking about
the Turkish and all that
the
stuff.
Eastern and Mediterranean, I guess.
Okay.
I've never seen a good documentary on the
And the Turkish guys
on
that they
the
were
Macedonia issue.
the Turkish guys they were talking to is funny because they were speaking pretty good Greek too, because a lot of them moved to Greece after so that
there's
they
a
don't
lot,
go to jail.
yeah. The intelligentsia
Yeah.
from the academia.
And that's
they
what one of
moved.
them said. One of them said one of the differences he goes is the vice wouldn't be acceptable.
The vice versa, yeah.
The
When-
vice
when did
versa
this
wouldn't
come
be
out?
acceptable.
He
Huh?
does.
When did this come out?
Yeah, I remember the day.
Here's
they
one
came
last
fuck us
question.
up.
No,
Where did you watch
approximately
it?
what year?
On my TV, so it was like on like it was either YouTube or
Oh,
on
okay.
my Fire
I'm gonna
Stick.
try and find it. Maybe it was. On
I gotta hold on. I'm gonna find it right now.
I'd love to see that.
The
But
Ghost of Peter Sellers.
no, the 11th day and the Attila 74 are both
It was,
really
but
good
you know
docs.
what it is because it was one of those movies that I found out. I think from you. Remember when there was a lot of documentaries coming out about Greece?
Yeah, during the time the dictocracy. What is that
this
Greek
is not a
website?
coup?
EXS News.
What's it called?
This is not a coup.
No.
It
I have
says
to
this is a coup describes
You got it
ECB's
from me.
financial intervention in
Interesting.
states like Italy, Ireland, Portugal,
No,
Cyprus.
no,
and-
not at all,
okay.
bro. It doesn't.
Okay, hold on.
Anyway, stop looking, bro. You're too. Because the thing is, you're not well versed in the subject, so you won't be able to figure it out. But I'll find it. Cliffs of Freedom. What's that?
Cliffs of Freedom is a movie about set during the Greek War of Independence.
Was it good?
I don't know, but it looks so bad Hollywood, like so low budget. I couldn't do it. I tried. I started the first 2 minutes. I'm like, no, I'm out.
It's about Zalogo, no? Or something?
No, it's not about Zalogo. It's about a woman who, which is super unrealistic. Like,
But
the whole
it
premise.
references Zalogo, I read.
It's near. It's in that region. Yeah. Oh man, TVXS. That's where I used to get all my Greek docs. TVXS.gr.
EXS, okay.
Yeah. A little left leaning.
Right.
You might be a bit. Sometimes you're like, but they did come out with like the Autocracy and there's a bunch of great ones that came out during the time that the memorandum
Now you
started.
Right,
fucked
right.
me.
I mean, that inspired the title of Pseudocracy.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's what's happening over there. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just shocked that this didn't create a bigger wave, like internationally.
I
you know what
am, but I'm also not because Turkey tends to get a pass for things.
Yeah, that's what isn't.
Like
That's
I don't
what frustrates
understand
me.
why. Because they're such a big strategic partner, I guess, for a lot of capital moving around. People just let them do what they want. But
I don't know.
even the Ottoman Empire used to get away with stuff before they were Turkey for the exact same reason, right?
Right.
Because a bunch of dignitaries had money invested and they controlled certain routes.
Speaking of the war there in Ukraine, there's an article that came out today. I think it was National Post, but they're referencing Reuters about Germany finally making a huge U-turn. You know, initially they said that they weren't going to send any arms.
When did you add this to the chat that the guidelines are number one, have fun before you can say anything? It's hilarious.
Well, how do you see it? Let
So
me
when
see.
I clicked it to type something, it just said, welcome to the Pantelis community, whatever. Here are the rules and the guidelines. Number one, have fun. Okay. Like you just press okay, got it.
So you know, throughout this whole entire conflict, everybody's been
Yeah,
looking.
because
at,
YouTube asked me last week. They said, "Can you add guidelines, please, to your chat?"
Have fun.
And then I said, "Okay."
Good
I'll
luck,
add
have
it.
fun.
So back to what I was saying from the very beginning. People were looking at
Bell.
Germany.
Doorbell.
People have been looking at Germany
is
to show
What's
some
gonna
signs of leadership in this whole conflict, and they've been taking a very careful stance on how to approach it because obviously of the direct relationship and economic ties they have with Russia. Yesterday, though, however, they made this huge kind of U-turn. They're like, you know, we're gonna send arms to Ukraine, which is a huge thing.
The Germans?
Yeah, the Germans. Now
Are
we
they
know.
allowed?
I don't know. Well, of course they're allowed. I just don't understand what repercussions that can have because look, Canada has been sending money, which has been served to buy arms. a couple weeks ago they sent, or last week they sent over $500 billion. The US sent $850 billion. Yesterday, at the same time that Germany was announcing this, Canada announced that they bought what are they called? The camion blindé. It's armored vehicles.
That's what armored is. Blindé.
But you know what I am proud about Canada for one thing? It's so amazing that we solved poverty and child hunger in Canada. It's great because we have I didn't know we had this much extra money to send to the Ukraine war effort.
Bro, it's okay. We just print more.
Yeah, no, it's good, bro. Because remember when you were 33% of kids in Quebec go to school hungry? I'm glad that's over with. I'm glad we took care of that. Yeah. That's great. And there's no more old folks home issues, right?
Well, COVID got rid of both those problems. The malnourished and
it's starting to rise again in the whole in the senior in the.
That's a lie. It's impossible. If we're sending billions of dollars somewhere else, what you're saying is made up. It's fake news.
It's nice, bro. Our infrastructure is crumbling, but.
I mean, the infrastructure is already crumbled. We're crumbling as a nation now.
But aren't you guys well? You know, again, we're going to go back to the argument of, you know, Ukraine being underestimated militarily, but I'm shocked of the resistance. I'm actually
impressed is what you're saying.
Impressed, yeah.
I mean, there's something
but that
to be
area,
said.
if you look at the history of that area, bro, there's always been...
Tell us about the history of that area.
I don't know it extensively, but there's always been...
Extensively. He doesn't know it extensively.
Oh, hi.
There's always been like crazy wars like with Ukraine and Russia. It's been nonstop. It's been everlasting.
Novorossiya will rise again.
Thank you for that.
In-depth.
There was a report that came out, I think yesterday or Monday, because as you know, Turkey has played some role in
being a bitch
in mediation. They're trying to get both parties to come to the table to negotiate a ceasefire and to resolve the issue. Russia has been doubling down on the eastern borders there, and the report came out to the effect that Russia is adamant to the fact that if you want a ceasefire, if you want this to end, Ukraine needs to acknowledge our invasion of the eastern provinces and all the way going down to the Crimea. So the entire eastern coast of Ukraine.
This is Russia now, basically.
Exactly. Which to me is fucking frustrating because if you look at every, other conflict where there's been any sort of negotiation on ceasefire and all that stuff, territory has been ceded, right? And it frustrates me. It's like we can't just allow this to happen. A country that comes in using the old fucking argument about protecting their minorities. We saw it in Turkey. We saw it in Syria. We saw it in Nagorno-Karabakh.
Fuck minorities. I'm with you, bro. Keep going.
It's the same fucking argument where you walk in and say, we got to protect our minorities. You invade territory and then you just keep it. How are we blind to what is happening?
I wasn't blind to that.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but
meanwhile, Turkey has been bombing. Meanwhile, Turkey has been bombing Kurds. The Azeris have been bombing the Armenians. Nobody pays attention to these things.
What about fucking
happening.
Shanghai? No one's talking about that
Nobody's
either.
talking about Shanghai, where
zero COVID.
I feel like we got Shanghaied.
Definitely, we did.
Poseidon, there's a super chat.
Ooh.
Oh,
what's happening?
Let's go.
Here we go.
Caleb Owusu Achea dropped $10
Caleb.
in the super chat.
I know Caleb. Yeah, cool guy.
Should Canada increase its defense spending to 2% of GDP per NATO requirements?
Hold on. Side question. Are you talking about personal defense spending for us here in Canada, or like we spend the money in NATO to support NATO?
No, it's Canada's GDP. Well, yeah, I mean...
No, I'm saying where's it going, the 2%?
Like, where's he asking? Yeah.
Is he asking for our personal defenses here? Or so that NATO could use those?
It's NATO's requirement.
I think it's just technically... No,
NATO's requirements
he's talking
for
about
us?
NATO requirement for countries to increase their defense spending to 2%.
But I think our defense spending is not segregated that way. I think it's just defense.
And then NATO could call upon us whenever they want?
Whenever they want us. I assume. I'm not sure. But I don't think we have like domestic defense and defense abroad.
So essentially, if we do go for the 2% increase, NATO would have access to...
That's my understanding.
As an ally, yeah.
So then no.
Also, since George knows you, Caleb, he will be refunding you $10 plus 15%.
I will say something right now. If we still have old people dying, our hospital infrastructure has not been rebuilt, kids are going to school hungry, we still have an increasing population that's under the poverty line.
And underserved.
Then it is unjustifiable and unreasonable to have any type of increase in defense spending unless we take care of that. It's also unreasonable to send money for humanitarian aid elsewhere when our internal humanitarian struggle has not been solved. So I think
It's
that is
always-
it's disgusting behavior. It's a lot of virtue signaling of look at how nice I am.
It's not even about
I don't
virtue
like it.
signaling. It's about being part of that fucking NATO cult of shit.
I don't like it. Current defense spending is at 1.3% to 1.4% of GDP, approximately 30 to 35 billion dollars. I don't think I think it's unjustifiable.
Justin Trudeau came out and said that they're going to increase it. He never mentioned if they're going to meet the 2% requirement from NATO. So it's probably going to go up.
Like, think about it. Are we under any direct threat right now other than from within?
No, but I think the fear internationally.
Our actual threat here are the shitty hospitals, our healthcare system that's crumbling. That's a threat. A threat is
Like,
our
no
hungry
nation,
children.
no sovereign nation has threatened us right now, right?
No, but that's
Opportunity
the-
has
but-
dropped.
no, but
People
that-
do not have enough income to buy fucking a house anymore because of the how
Forget
the
a house.
economy
The
was
inflation
tanked.
is what, 7% last month?
Guys, we have other problems. This is crazy. This is fucking crazy. Am I the only one that sees this?
No, I agree with you 100%. I understand the arguments that will be made that, we have obligations because of NATO or that it's from a different part of the budget.
As
but
a government,
we have
your
such a
obligation-
huge deficit right now.
As a government, your obligation is to the fucking people that voted for you, that are expecting you to do a job, okay? While they're trying to fucking make ends meet. Right now, that agreement is not being met. The government is not doing their job. They're not taking care of people. There's no reason why inflation should go up this much. There's no reason why kids should be
just
going to school.
inflation.
It's just inflation. Should
The-
be going
the
to school
fear- yeah,
hungry.
look,
This is disgusting. Our old people are dying in these fucking old folks' homes. This guy can't find a fucking family doctor. He's a one-man family. And he can't find a fucking family doctor. There's
Are you on the
this
waiting
is
list?
disgusting behavior.
I have a family doctor, but I can't even access him.
What do you mean?
Bro, I'll tell you where to go. There are walk-in clinics, man. You can walk into
Yeah,
it.
you can't
Yeah,
walk.
but then you gotta pay.
No, you
No,
don't have to
they-
pay. You just
No,
don't
they-
have
it's
follow-up.
called
Wait,
a-
you have a family doctor?
It's called
Yes, I
a
do.
walk.
And you cannot see him? Why?
No, he ignores him.
First of all, to reach him on the phone, almost impossible. 'cause he's
Maybe
so
you
busy.
haven't gone in a while and he's
Reach
just
this-
gotten
No,
rid
no,
of
no.
your
He's
file.
not the only
No,
one,
no,
Brian.
no,
My
no,
mom
no.
is the same thing. Trust
Same
me, dude.
doctor?
It's not the same
Oh,
doctor.
okay.
It's all fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Everything we have other shit. There's other stuff that we could spend $30 billion on.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They refuse to open because of.
Go to a super clinic there. I'll send you the thing.
Yeah, those stupid fucking nonsense things that you built when you guys were in office. Those are the biggest waste.
It's not a big waste. You
Come
walk
on,
in.
you built a walk-in clinic center. That's it.
No. This is
I don't know. I can't
clinics.
comment. I haven't been.
It's a private clinic. It's owned by a groupe de médecine familiale, and you walk in and
Yeah, I know
you
what
see
it
a
is.
family
I
doctor. And if you
remember.
don't have one, you get one on the spot, and then you can just go back anytime you want.
It's private.
It's subsidized by the government, so it's privately ran.
Bro, look, the point
Anyway,
is,
publicly
I'm going to
subsidized.
get back to Caleb's question. No, I do not agree. I think,
Here- yeah, so-
you
sorry,
can meet
yeah.
me in the middle. I think it's completely unjustified.
Here's what I think is happening, and I'm not for or against it. I just think that given the situation in Russia right now, the fear right now, and NATO is completely taking advantage of it, is that you never know what might happen. Look, nobody expected Russia to do this, and they did, and we were ill prepared, and blah blah blah. And NATO has been milking this ever since the beginning of this conflict to push these countries to actually increase their budget
Yeah, 'cause they
to
wanna make
their
money.
to their advantage, obviously.
Can I make a very simple analogy?
But their argument is, look, you think you're safe, but maybe you're not. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
are
fuck
we
off.
safe? Are we not? I don't know. I mean, that's up to, I'll leave
Well,
it
if
up
you
to-
want to play that game, then wouldn't this war not have started if NATO didn't exist and threatened to
You don't
take
know that.
Ukraine in
You-
with them?
you don't
I mean, officially, that's why they say this started. I'm just saying,
you
if
don't.
we go by that, that's what they say. That's what Russia said, right?
We-
No, we
you-
don't want. Hold on.
we
Why are we
don't-
switching around? If
No,
we
no.
go by what's being said in the media, Ukraine threatened to join NATO. Russia said, "Don't do that. We're going to invade," and then they invaded. I'm not saying it's right.
They probably use that as a
Ukraine's allowed
pretext.
to do whatever they want.
But
probably
also,
they
what
pro-
you just
don't forget that
described
it's
is the
very
exact
possible.
reason NATO claims to exist.
It's
That
very
Russia-
possible to
yeah.
use that as a pretext to do something that they would have done otherwise. The argument then is to counter that is, well, what if NATO wasn't there? How do we know if Russia
But
wouldn't
I'm
have
saying right
already
now,
done
in the
this
reality we
years
live
ago?
in, that's what happened historically. That's what happened last month.
It's a fucking shit show.
Last month? No, it was 3 months ago.
There's reports coming
3 months,
out.
it's been a while.
There's reports coming out now that they found more mass graves in Ukraine. Remember we had spoken about Bucha.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Ukraine is
It's-
at war. They're going to find a lot of stuff.
And another thing, because they're talking about the northern border and Russia wants it and this and that. Dude, first of all, these canals, these borders only matter for trade routes. You understand? We're not going to, if they decide to invade Canada, they're not exactly going to be our biggest trading partner trading with Canada. We're going to find someone else.
no kidding.
So that it will be useless. Do you get it? Unless they just want to keep bombing snow. It doesn't. In order to make money off trade, you need peace. The only thing you make money off war is military spending, deaths. The money that they want to make from these trade routes, you need open trade. You need peace. You need people to be able to share their goods and sell them.
Yeah.
So you can't get there if you're bombing the country that you're trying to be friendly with. You get it? That's how embargoes happen. So right now, for example, Iran would have been better off if there was better negotiating that happened, and we hadn't isolate them from the world for a while, and then they had to look internal, right? We would have been getting a lot more stock of Iranian things. I'm not saying you need Iranian things. I don't know what the fuck they're offering. I'm just saying it's better to trade.
Drugs.
It's peacefully trade, grow your economy that way, spread your culture. That would be the smart way, not just... Right now, us increasing our military budget isn't going to help because the people that we're trying to fight, let's say, are equipped with nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
We're reaching the point of no return.
I think
We're
we
reaching
passed that point.
So I don't care if we buy another 1,000 bombers. If there's a country that with 3 button presses could eliminate us from existence, there's no point to escalate to, I got more bombers than you, I got more jets. There's no reason.
Well, what if we're
we have
investing
to
in
start talking
anti-missile
about
defense systems?
We have to start talking about de-escalation. We can't go on like this. Where does it end?
By the way,
so
just
where's it going to end? I don't understand. We're going to start
But the
building
cat is out of the
domes.
bag as far as the nuclear weapons thing. We're never going to de-arm completely.
So then we de-escalate the conflict.
That's what we should be doing.
We're not doing that. We're
disarmament,
working on
nuclear disarmament
escalating.
is only going to
Well,
happen
no,
after one of us gets
there are
nuked.
efforts in mediation. It's just that at this point, nobody wants to listen. I mean, there's really zero.
You have the interests of a handful or hundreds of high-ranking, very wealthy owners of companies and people in government on one side, and you have a despot, an oligarch who has everything they have, except he's more honest about it. He's like, I'm the king now. And they're fighting an ideological war that basically they both want the same thing, but for themselves.
It's more than ideological. I have a feeling that Russia is
So the
trying to take
ideology
over.
being is, I want to be in charge.
Yeah, I think they're trying to take over land also for military purposes.
Maybe. I'm not
To
sure
be-
about that. I've
to
always
lock
wondered.
in against Europe just in case.
Just in case.
Ideological, true. Obviously, they're like it should belong to us. There's that shit too.
There's
but I
that.
think there's a
There's a
military
little
strategy.
there's a little understreak of like irredentist nationalism
No,
running.
but I mean,
Yeah,
if they pick up the entire eastern coast of the Ukraine, they
That's
have
huge.
pretty much almost all of the northern coast of the Black Sea.
yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
It's huge. It's huge.
and at the same time, doesn't help that our international organizations are just
Proving to be exactly as worthless as we always assumed they were.
subpar.
The UN, bro, it's
Subpar. And yesterday there was a motion passed at the General Assembly of the UN. It was passed 100, I think, to 90 countries, something like that. So it passed, and look how nonsensical it is. Basically, the motion was that at the Security Council, for those watching, the Security Council, you have 6 permanent members, I think, or 6 permanent members, including China and Russia. Who just in the last 2 months they just kept vetoing everything. China has been abstaining, but Russia has been just vetoing everything. The motion calls for any time that one of these permanent members of the Security Council vetoes anything, they have 10 days to come to the General Assembly to explain why
Yeah.
they vetoed.
Okay.
Who gives a shit? Like, what is it going to change? What is it going to change?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I veto. Go. You have 10 days. Go tell them fucking some bullshit. About whatever, anything. Like it's
You just
nonsense.
described all of these
It's
organizations
nonsense.
in a
Yeah.
It's
nutshell.
nonsense. It's just more paperwork, more bureaucracy,
They just
more
stand on ceremony,
talking and
fucking
saying
bureaucracy,
nothing. I don't understand it.
Before we conclude, did you guys see the fires of the food processing plants?
How the fuck did we segue to this?
What?
This guy's a fucking dweeb.
Well, now I'm curious. What are you talking
food,
about?
What food processing plants? Where?
Apparently, there's been all kinds of.
I'm saying because he was in mid conversation.
Oh no, he was
No,
done.
no, we finished, but it's
We
just
didn't
like,
finish.
No, he was done.
We
Yeah, no,
didn't
no,
even
no.
retort.
Yeah,
I have no
it's just a
retort. I
completely
agree with
Okay,
him.
I
180
thought, I
degrees.
thought you were done.
But what
Okay,
plant? What
I'm-
food
I'm
plants are you
sorry.
talking about?
What 180? That's like
Apparently-
960 degrees.
Apparently,
Yeah.
there's a ton of food processing plants that are catching fire in the United States. at the
Where in
moment.
the United States?
What kind of processing?
All over the Midwest, on the West, just
Okay.
rough
Midwest on the
poultry,
west.
In the mid.
East Coast,
Completely
unrelated. Middle East.
stuff with poultry, just food in
Stuff
general.
with poultry.
Yeah, poultry processing plants.
I heard that there's like a massive. They're talking about avian flu in parts of the U.S. now, so maybe they're purging fucking chickens. Who knows?
And then I
Oh, is
checked.
that what's happening?
Yeah, and then I checked Snopes, and Snopes
He
says
said, yeah, that is what
they're
happened.
like, no, there are fires, but it's not a trend because people are calling it a trend.
Well, if there are fires, like, what do you mean a
Yes.
trend? Like, they're not doing it to be trendy?
no,
Well,
this is what he means.
because people are saying that
There's
it-
a fake.
Bro, Snopes is fake as fuck. fires at food processing plants are, quotes, an attempt to starve us. Oh, well,
So stupid.
but
I don't
it could
believe
not
that
be
it-
an. I mean, how do
create
you
food
prove
shortage.
that?
Yeah,
but
how do you prove that? No.
Because it is going to create food shortage.
Yeah, but
But there's already a shortage. People have been reporting that.
There's a shortage of
especially
everything.
like California. They had even regular shit that they order. Stuff's been in the dock waiting to get unloaded for months.
Yeah. I have a few friends and clients who like bring stuff over or from overseas,
that food
and they're
can't be
losing
good
all their
anymore.
pallets. Like they're spoiling. They're taking too long. It's mostly because of the zero COVID policy. Like that's the big thing. Anything coming
What's
through,
that?
anything coming through a Shenzhen port is now like delayed by like weeks at a time because China's implementing new lockdowns. It's affecting all of their ports, and if you're in the Shenzhen zone, it affects you too.
Well, I mean, the port. They're at the ports in California. They're just chilling for months. You didn't know that?
In California?
Yeah, you didn't know that.
I thought they were just taking long leave.
No.
in
They're
foreign
there in the
ports.
port. They
Vancouver
don't have.
too.
Yeah, Vancouver. They don't have enough employees.
16
They're-
fires.
yeah.
What the fuck? That's a trend. I'm sorry. That's a trend. Whether it's a
Yeah.
premeditated trend or not.
And they're
16
saying-
fires and it's a trend.
and they're saying no. This happened in 2019 and 2020 and 2021.
I mean, then
as
why
well.
is no one talking about fucking fire safety?
Look,
Like-
Smokey the Bear,
Yeah,
when
yeah,
I was young,
yeah.
knew all about fire safety. Here's the message of the day. These political elites are, and I hate using the word elites, they're a bunch of cocksuckers. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about me. They don't give a shit about Poseidon, much like a lot of you people. Mean, very mean. Start caring about Poseidon a bit more. They don't care. So everything we talk about here today doesn't matter because overall, they clearly have been choosing to neglect poverty, neglect our old people, neglect the sick, neglect the healthcare system in favor of these fucking wars. And all the shit they say about protect Ukraine is all bullshit because they're not protecting anyone. They're still perpetuating these goddamn wars. They're not stepping up. They're not stepping in. So fuck them. Take care of your families. Try to work as much as you can to take care of them. That's the best you can fucking do because these cocksuckers will not be looking out for you. Catch Poseidon online, the Poseidon69 on Twitter and on Instagram. Twitch.tv/DPoseidon69. You can watch him play Elden Ring. He gets very frustrated. Phil Balabanos,
Yo.
our award-winning filmmaker in-house, can make a film or commercial for you. Yes, granted, if you have reached out lately, you have noticed that his schedule has peaked a bit. He's a very, very busy man. That is because many other people have realized he's one of the best filmmakers around in this godforsaken land of ours. So, balabanos.com. Check out Phil. Maybe you can hire him for a commercial. Maybe you can't. At least you get to shoot the shit with him. He's a knowledgeable man.
Yeah, I'm not too big
He's
like
not
some
too.
people.
He's not too big like some people. I think he's talking to me. George, Jiggity Chandrizos, our news correspondent, newsman himself. George Chandrizos has his own podcast, the Backstage podcast. He's wearing the merch right now. He's looking for guests to start his summer run of shows once more. And normally when he has guests, it's very interesting. He asks them the hard-hitting questions that other people don't want to ask.
No, we established that he only asks.
When is
easy
it? Right now?
questions.
Today?
Right now at noon.
What's it called? What's the episode called?
Oh, okay.
What's the episode?
While
Who's on
George
it?
fails, don't forget Phil
Who's
my
on
whole
the
story
episode?
time
Episode
is out.
61. It's
Who's on it?
Ingrid Reverie, Justin Trudeau's former director.
Ingrid Reverie, a name from fucking 600 years ago. All right, Ingrid. Balabanos is not the only one making his own podcast. So my whole, he's got a second one, our boy George, called Just Us Dads. Just Us Dads, the podcast by dads for dads, mostly watched by moms. Check the links in the description. Follow, like, support, subscribe, share with your friends. You know what to do. Thank you guys. Head over to Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis. Join the nation. Why? Because the government ain't handing out subsidies for this guy because they hate us. It's mostly because of me. I talk a lot of shit. So thank you guys and go fuck yourselves.
Take care.
Take out.